Hello everyone, welcome to Sea of Swords Forsaken. Niall just told a joke and nearly made himself throw up. It was pretty bad. Anyway, thank you for joining us for an evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is for you, of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Chris, I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight, and we're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg and twitch.tv/D&D. So, what have you stumbled into? You have stumbled into some Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, we're playing D&D. What does that mean? It means the people arrayed around me are playing characters in a shared fantasy universe. Are you still lost, Niall? When is this?
My face hurts so much.
Anyway, they're rolling 20-sided dice when they stop laughing, and those 20-sided dice tell them what they can do. They have character sheets in front of them. You can see them on the left-hand side of your screen, and those character sheets tell them what their characters can achieve. I play everything else they encounter, the rest of the world, referee, storytell with them, you know, that sort of thing.
I didn't realise we were playing football.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact, D&D point 1, the DMs were called referees.
No, they were. That is correct.
That's a good fact. That's not that funny though, now.
Anyway, we need to tell a story, people. Come on.
Come on.
Does no one remember to walk Niall this afternoon? Fire him out.
Let's go around the room and meet all of our lovely players. Why don't we do that? Shamini, kick us off. Why not? Give Niall a minute to calm down.
Well, give him a little break there.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Shamini. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Captain Cal Arnold, who is an Azamar cleric rogue, except she was a cleric, but definitely not anymore, apart from currently on a mission for God. So kind of still a little bit of cleric, and we're currently, is currently a giant crab.
Yes.
Wait, no, a huge giant, a humongous, enormous, what is it?
It's called a giant crab.
Big.
A giant crab is huge, therefore you are a huge giant crab.
I'm a huge giant crab.
No, its name is Huge Giant Crab.
Yeah, it's officially in there. I had to look up the stats.
I didn't make that up. Like, that's a D&D thing.
When I looked it up, I found out.
Because a giant crab is also a thing, but it's like a smaller one.
Not huge.
Because it's a crab, which is tiny. You don't care about crabs.
Sorry, I keep looking at Niall, and then Niall starts me laughing, and I think I start Niall laughing. It's a bad circle.
Do your intro!
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm playing Prosperous. Prosperous is gender fluid, half-orc, paladin of the farming god Shantae, not the god of halflings, as Prosperous made very clear last session.
Session before, but okay.
They all merge into one after a while. Prosperous is here on a holy mission to have fun.
That's the best explanation. That's perfect.
On holiday with Milk, who's possibly starting a cult which Prosperous is sort of on board with, maybe. And that seems like enough explanation from me.
Sure, yeah, I think it covers most of it.
Oh, Prosperous uses the pronouns Prosperous or P.
Thank you. G.
Hi, I'm G. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Nate, who also uses he, him pronouns and is a bit of everything, pretty much. Multi-class to silly levels, frankly. Has just enjoyed finding a kazoo, a magic kazoo, that, among other things, can make giant monsters float in the air. So
have you got your prop ready again, still, in case you need to use it?
You got your prop kazoo?
My favourite.
You asked for a kazoo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Force. Professional. My god, that could be the theme tune.
There is a theme tune. It's been around for weeks.
We've got a new one. We're getting a new one.
That's an improvement. Like
the mid-season revamp.
If you can copy the theme tune on the kazoo, that would be incredible. And I think we need to have that happen.
And right now, I can't remember it.
Sorry. That's all right. Red.
Hi, I'm Red. I'll be playing Milk, uses he, him pronouns. As Prosperous says, I think Milk did quite well in his attempts to start a cult last week. In that, of the 37 people on this island, I think I convinced 12 that I was some kind of nice person. That's progress. And then we got jewelry.
What was the title you gave yourself?
Milk the Skimmed was the title at the time. I mean, I feel like I should come up with some kind of principles or ideology, but I haven't got that yet. And then we went down and we fought some statues, which was very exciting. And for what was quite an epic battle, let's be fair, with walls of thorns and floating people and giant crabs and all kinds of stuff, and magic swords and Nile. And and then there was jewelry. I remember there being jewelry when I was oriented.
Niall.
Hello. I thought I was calming down.
We believe in you.
I'm Niall. I see him. I'm very giddy today. I play Anton Rain, who also uses him, the wizard with a lizard. He doesn't have a lizard, but it was the only word I could think of that rhymed. He is currently very excited about this magical city, but he is becoming sort of coy to the fact that everything he touches is trying to kill him. So he feels like he might touch less stuff. You know, but I'm in control, so he might not.
Thank you, Niall. Anyway.
To the end of that.
That was
Good.
This stream's going to run for about 3 hours when we get started, so, you know.
It's going to be me wheezing in the back.
There'll be a break somewhere in the middle, about 5-10 minutes, depending on...
It's the sugar. I never drink sugar.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah. But yeah, there'll be a break in the middle somewhere, but it's improvised, so you'll have to wait and see where that is and join us throughout. We have some sponsors you can see arrayed around our screen. At the top, you can see there, we've got Ultra Pro and Hero Forge. HeroForge.com offer fully customizable tabletop miniatures with dozens of fantasy races to choose from. I've got loads on my desk. I'm going to pick a different one than what I usually do. Ooh, this one. This is a really nice one. This is, I don't know if you can see it, this is an angel. It's got a flaming sword, and it's standing on a sort of stone plinth with a fox. I got this a while ago. And it was one of their sort of big look at what cool stuff we can do with the colour printing thing that's happening. So yes, that is one of the ones they do. They're splendid. They have an easy to use online design tool that you design your own mini online in full 3D, and then you can, after designing it in your browser, get it printed in colour and sent to you immediately, which is great if you can't paint, like me. Cannot paint. Can confirm. So, HeroForge.com. Yeah. HeroForge.com. Check them out. Get yourself that sweet mini dough. Ultra Pro, on the other hand, are all about the physical tabletops. So we've got dice trays, dice boxes, dice themselves, other physical paraphernalia for your D&D table, and we are today giving away one of their character sheet wallets. One of these ones again, Flaming Wizard, killing a dude.
Appropriate after the last session.
Yeah, that's okay. So yes, if you...
Fireballs been thrown.
That's true, yeah. So if you want this character sheet wallet, join us in Twitch chat today. Just say anything at all, anything at all, anything at all. And for those who join us in Twitch chat, if you have a UK address, we'll pull a winner out of a hat at the end, and then we will let you know over Twitch Whispers that you have won and arrange postage to you. So thank you for taking part in that as well. We're also supported by D&D Beyond. As you can see, we've got the character sheets on the left-hand side of the screen. Thank you so much for those. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a chest code at the bottom of the screen. Do use that if you're an Idle Champions player to get a free gold chest. Level Up Dice and Zavi.com. More on our Twitter about them. You can buy lots of lovely dice and D&D t-shirts and other things from both of them, and they are splendid people to be buying from. Do recommend you check them out as well. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans-positive, and we both encourage and champion trans players, characters, and DMs in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do appreciate it does sometimes happen. So, if you spot an instance of misgendering that we don't correct, please let us know in the Twitch chat, or reach out to us on social media, that sort of thing. We do like to know when something has been missed, we want to make sure we're doing things as correctly as possible. You may also see the use of pause cards throughout the stream. We also use lines and veils as safety tools. There'll be a link in Twitch chat right now for the TTRPG Safety Toolkit, which we strongly recommend taking a look at. Play safe games. Very important to play safe games. I think that's all of our AOB. Right, in which case, we're ready to dive in. Maybe this one will be less silly than last time, everyone? Thank you.
Let's get weird.
Seems What's Forsaken, episode 7. So, noble adventurers, you had a bit of a time last episode, didn't you? Got yourself into a bit of a fight with some crystal golems, didn't you? Didn't know the password, did you?
We tried really hard.
I know.
It was password 4.
We're close. We're even close. Yeah.
Exclamation mark on the end.
It was probably like the name of the
capital
special
letter.
character.
Yeah.
But instead, you said password 123, and that was not the password, and you got attacked by crystal golems. So you have just smashed these crystal golems to pieces. You're still in the middle of this very large laboratory under the floating city of Ileolant, floating in the middle of the Sea of Swords with a magic elemental storm around it that doesn't seem to ever abate. And you've gone down into the depths of the city to try and find out more about what's going on and why it is slowly, ever so slowly sinking. Anyway, you're in this giant lab. Some of you found some nice things scattered around the lab that you were using during the fight. Some of you didn't and might be interested in some of them, who can say. And you are all probably coming together at the end of the fight, trying to work out how everyone's doing and what's happening. A very important point of order. Milk, is Cal still a huge giant crab?
I mean, they would be. I haven't stopped the spell, I don't think, by the end of the session last time.
Is Prosperous still large?
I feel like Anton is pretty sure P wants to be big, so it's not changing that anytime soon.
Okay, and I think that was all the effects that were currently active at that point. So that's where we'll pick up. The crystal golems are shattered and lie in pieces on the floor. You've all done your bit. Prosperous, you now have this strange gem that's attached to your sword. Anton, you're holding various items. Nate, you're holding various items. Let's see where we go from there.
I was about to ask, what else did I find as well as the kazoo? I can't remember now.
You found the kazoo and a ring that appears to go over 2 fingers that you know is a ring of spell storing.
Oh yeah,
because they have a very sort of iconic design.
Oh, look, Milk has 3 fingers. He has available real estate for jewelry.
I kind of look at putting it on, but like my amphibian fingers are like too kind of fat and webbed to fit it on.
You've got very cool fingers. You've got sort of like almost frog-like fingers, haven't you?
Yeah. I like the ends are kind of like weird and weirdly bulbous. Almost
seeing Abraham from
Hellboy by the look of them. So
Nate was so sexy till this point. Okay.
What are you on about? They made a film literally about having sex with a fish man, like the body of water or something.
Shape of water? No, I don't know what it's called.
It probably is. Yeah, probably is the shape of water.
My giant crab would like to pick up some pieces of crystal golem and like fling them at walls and smash it. Are there any more fun things to smash in here?
This room is full of wreckage of what looks like kind of weird steampunky machinery, more of the kind of stuff that was around that might be quite useful to look through, but you know.
I would like to smash it.
Okay.
Anton's gonna start screaming. You know what you're doing?
Can I... Oh, if Anton starts screaming at the giant crab, can I try and like strength check the giant crab?
Yeah, roll me a contested grapple.
Oh, I love this. Let's just do this.
You are currently
Anton, enlarge does something.
It gives you advantage.
Yes, but Cal's giant crab is huge, which I believe is 1 size category bigger or 2.
I don't think it matters. I think the spell still just gives you advantage.
Size categories change things. Yeah. Don't roll anything yet. We're still working this out. Right. So. Huge giant crab, large person. You have advantage on the roll technically, but the huge thing is big, so you have a flat roll. So flat roll, strength off.
So Team Chamonix on this one, I'm afraid. Come on, Captain Cal.
Oh, I just rolled a d6 for some reason.
That's
so I got
not what you're supposed to roll. It's a d20.
Come on, Cal. Let's get that.
I to play D&D.
Athletics for the crab.
Oh, I got an 11.
I've rolled a 26.
Gigantic Prosperous.
Grab one pincer. Grab another pincer. Giant crab! Can I propose paladin on a crab?
The crab is gonna just sink down to the floor.
Oh no. It's a sad giant crab.
pat the giant crab soothingly.
Thanks.
Would you?
Anton's gonna turn to Nate and he's like, "Did you do that?"
I mean, I don't think so. looking at my staff and the various kind of spells. No, I don't think that's one of mine.
Now,
No.
look, you're halfway up a wall, as far as I recall. Is that right? Are you saying
true.
anything? Are you keeping out the way?
I'm enjoying watching the crab on its back, just being tickled by pee. I think that's.
Not on its back. I just like grabbed the pincers to stop from
Oh,
crushing.
right, okay.
And now you're patting it
Okay.
on the head.
Yeah, Milk. Could you maybe stop?
I don't know. I think I like it this way.
Have you considered how she feels?
Oh, gosh, you're so right. You're so right. I always forget other people have feelings too. Captain Cal is no longer a giant crab.
Shrink down to Captain Cal.
I think like Cal's just like stands there for a minute and they're just like, ow, ow, why no? See, now it hurts.
Yes.
It doesn't. You haven't taken any damage. Oh, you took damage beforehand.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I did.
How hurt do you look?
Well, I'm on 16 out of 69.
Nice.
No, not a death's door, but it bloody hurts, and yeah.
Okay. You were punched by a golem, right? So it's probably just bruising, severe bruising, cracked ribs, that sort of thing.
Maybe we should all have a sit down.
Maybe we should all have a sit down.
Who was that? Did anyone hear that? Was that a draft?
No, that didn't happen.
Okay. I mean, I'm exhausted, as you know, P. There's always up for it, but very short-lived.
Always up for a short rest. Always good to have a short rest in between everything.
That's it. Yeah.
Always
in between
sensible.
words sometimes.
And you wouldn't. I turn to Cal. I'm just like, you don't want to see Milk when you don't let him rest. You really. It's not a pretty sight. He gets very stressed. It's not worth it.
I'm very, very up for a rest right now.
You look a little bit. I mean, I saw you. That's the crabbing. Are you okay? I can offer nothing but encouraging language, unfortunately.
I just need to, I was almost enjoying it, but this is not for fun. I'm not down here for fun.
No, of course.
I don't want to get slipped into that.
Cal, you
Can
have
have a break.
you have a passive perception of ridiculous, right?
I don't remember. It's been like a week since we played. Oh yeah, no, I do. 21.
Right. As you
21.
Yeah. As
Yes.
you sort of settle down a little bit and take a moment, you note that the ground underneath you, there are carvings in the floor.
In a sort of giant circle where we don't want to sit in the circle type of way.
I mean, do you want to roll an Arcana check? 'Cause you've seen the giant carvings, but, you know.
Anton,
Hey?
Anton, am I sitting in runes? Should I be sitting in runes?
God, am I sitting around?
We can always sit in a room. There are plenty of rooms.
There were rooms off to the side, that is true.
Is everyone else okay? Like, can we see everybody? Nate, are you here?
Yeah, I'm kicking about. I was going to ask, do I know what spell this ring contains?
Has stored in it. No.
Yeah. If I cast Identify on it, will that tell me?
Let's say yes.
Cool, then I cast Identify on it.
Mm-hmm. It's currently empty.
It's currently
Empty.
empty. Okay.
I ain't moving if I don't have to. I'll sit on the floor.
Anton, are you looking at the runes on the floor?
I feel like during the short rest, Anton's going to be focusing on his arcane recovery. So don't worry, like nothing's happened. I just need like a solid hour just to gain some magical energy, and then I'll check it out. Look, hey, I found this. It's a cutlass.
Alright, fine.
And it looks like it might go nicely with your things.
What's wrong with my cutlass?
It's not
this one is
magical.
This one looks shiny.
Tried to hit things with it and didn't do so at all.
How long does enlarge last?
I don't think long. I think it's like.
Minute.
Sorry, it's a lot of noises. 1 minute. So.
Yeah, but you're shrinking down.
Oh, that was fun. Oh, I enjoyed that a lot. Do you know, if I was that big, do you know how much grass I could cut in one go? Have you ever thought about that? Like, really thought about it?
Not often.
I am now.
Yeah.
Cal, this cutlass,
Yeah.
looking at it, you note two things about it. One, it is glowing slightly golden and radiant. Two, it has the symbol of Mistril in the handle.
Oh.
Hey, look.
And if you give me about a few minutes with it, I'll tell you exactly what it does because I can identify all of these things.
Tell me what it does, and I will borrow it temporarily because I ain't doing this. I'm been tricked into coming here, but it's just a temporary thing. And after we're done, that's it, right? That's it. So it's a loner. But,
I mean, you can always
tell me
just
what it
like
does.
throw it in the sea.
I will throw it in the sea.
Or like give it to someone else. That works really well.
That would be less wasteful, I suppose.
I'll take it back if you want.
I mean, if it'll calm you down, maybe. Like.
Why do you need a? You don't need a cutlass, Anton. You don't need.
That's why I gave it to you. No,
Yeah,
I know.
you don't need any of that.
Could you look at this purple thing that seems to have attached itself to my sword?
I just place it in front of me. I'll make a cue.
Pete, you're still like you still get like the sword. It's almost like the sword now has a personality, and it's not verbal. You don't get any verbal communication from it, but it's sort of there's an excitable, friendly. If it had a tail, it could wag. It would.
Technically, this was on loan, but I suppose I won't be returning it now. So, oh well. Put it down.
And the gem has sort of fused. You know, it's not just like stuck on. It's like literally sort of like burrowed its way in and is now like part of the handle of the sword.
Oh, I mean, that was an heirloom.
Yeah, but you were never going to give it back, Pete. Let's be honest.
No.
I mean,
No, I wasn't. No.
No, right.
No.
It suits you too much. Let's be fair. It's better in your hands.
I mean, I gave him something in return. It was all fine, but no, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Callan's gonna
I'll
lie
spend
down
22
in the middle of the runes, just like lying back, arms out, just like.
Are you okay, Captain? And I use that word loosely.
I think also Nate would be looking at what the runes are.
Oh, good. Someone is. Roll an Arcana check.
I'm gonna roll some.
It was so nearly a 20. That's it's 16.
Oh, that's still good. Looking at the runes on the floor, you sort of move some of the debris aside, and these runes, there are various circular patterns on the floor at various points around this room. And you note that some of the smaller rooms have these patterns on the floor as well. And looking at them and looking around them, you don't speak Laros, but you look at the magical glyphs there, and they are glyphs mostly designed around the idea of rest, the idea of recuperation. You're not quite sure what these things do, but you can take a pretty educated guess that resting in them may have some effect.
Like a murderous effect?
I mean, they're talking about rest. Unless it's rest and now die, then it would be very rare.
Rest forever.
Rest forever. Exactly. They don't say rest forever.
Okay.
Well, Mel.
Yeah, Captain Champion. How was it lying down there? Because like those are magical runes there. Like they're not bad ones.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Like it's all right. You can I think they're all about like rest and like making you feel better and stuff. So you
Kind of cold and hard, but.
Well. I mean, I don't know if we need to do anything to like activate them or what.
He'd be like, give me an hour and then I'll feel better.
Maybe like Anton needs to touch them.
Oh no. Oh, is that a good idea?
Anton, just touch them. Just put your wizardy hands on them.
God. Why am
Nate
I
is also a
guinea pig?
wizard and just touch
I was
them.
going to say, yeah.
Oh, touch them when you're invested.
And Anton would shout that back. He'd just be like, I don't think it's specifically me. I think it might have something to do with the fact that we're wizards.
Yeah, just kind of leaning down and giving it a poke.
Mm-hmm. Would people like to rest in individual circles, or are you all resting in one?
I might just, having noticed the glint of the item in Nate's hand, just, slide over, just be like, casually curious about, that looks like you found some interesting things in that room there, almost.
Oh yeah, this kazoo is absolutely dynamite. Like, you have no idea.
Yes, oh no, I don't.
I got this as well though, like, it's like a magic storing thing, but it's empty though.
Oh no, probably useless. I mean, I just think it might go with my outfit. I mean,
yeah. Here you go.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you. I will not slip it on. In fact, I will summon the squid and slip it over two of the tentacles.
What is this?
This, my darling, is liberation. Trust me. And then I'll rest by Captain Champion.
Okay.
I will also rest by Milk and Cal because I don't want anything to happen to Milk. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind about Cal. Goes in with everybody else as well.
Not specifically Cal, but like specifically Milk.
Oh, thanks.
Nate, you're in with everyone else.
Yeah.
I will give you all this, otherwise we have to go through two short rests for no good reason.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If you short rest within one of these runic circles, you have the effects of a long rest in terms of regaining your spell slots.
Oh, lovely.
Only works once per day, but for wizards doing a lot of work.
So, but it doesn't matter how many of us
we
are
have
in
to
one
do one
circle.
each?
One each.
One circle each.
Yeah, there's enough for everyone. There's about 8. You can see as you look around the rubble. There's quite a few arrayed around it. There've been quite a few people working here at the same time. It just meant more time working and less time resting.
I just want to be within sight of Milk. I mean, it doesn't matter where Milk rests. Milk gets all his spell slots anyway.
Yeah, Milk's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with my squid.
What about hit points?
Hit points you have to roll for as usual for a short rest. They're wizards, they don't care about hit points.
I didn't take any damage as well. I did all right.
Okay.
Oh well, try getting
Well, of
involved.
course you didn't. While everyone's rolling their hit dice, and Anton, you don't need to use Arcane Recovery because you can regain full spell slots from this. It's fine.
Does anyone have any
Really?
short rest healing thingsies?
Yeah, I'm gonna say because I've got the Song of Rest
Yes, you have.
for being a level 2 bard, which, if you'll let me say it, because it's my new instrument now, I'm just tootling away. I'm trying to get the kazoo to do other cool things, but not quite finding the right sequence of notes to activate whatever spells.
Okay, fine by me.
And so yeah, I'm just no, my kazoo's falling apart.
Copyright.
Stop getting us in trouble. They won't come for us.
Right, good. Cool. So you get roll me the Song of Rest hit dice, so everyone knows what they've got to roll up to.
6.
Lovely. So everyone gets 6 hips. 6 hips.
Oh, cool.
And can you remind me how many hit dice you're allowed to roll?
Many as you like.
On a long rest, you
Wow.
get back half of your total.
That was it. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, yeah.
So while they're all rolling hit dice, for those who are not, Anton, you are casting Identify on the various objets that you have found. Now, the kazoo is obvious, and the Ring of Spell Storing is an iconic thing that people can recognize. That's fine. Also very useful for wizards doing magic in laboratories. It makes sense. The cutlass or the gem? Prosperous's sword, the whole thing. Which one do you identify first?
I think the cutlass came first.
Mm-hmm. The cutlass It doesn't have a name. It is just an object. It is an item. You don't know anything about this item, but if you ever had access to legend lore, you might want to consider looking into it, because you get a sense there's some history here. You're right there, mate.
You poo. That's the politest word I have for you.
The
Scrying will come in useful at some point, and it's going to bite you in the butt.
The cutlass has a permanent protection from evil and good effect that the wielder has when using it. The effect can be passed to an ally within 30 feet as a reaction.
Ooh.
That's real cool.
Yeah. So you can.
I would tell you all this as I hand the cutlass back.
If it's passed as a reaction, it lasts until. Hang on, I'll write this down. It lasts until the end of that turn. So until that person's turn is finished, it lasts, and then it goes away. Comes back on a short rest.
I feel like Anton's too scared to ask P for the sword.
I already put it down because
put it down in front of
you won't be able to lift it.
That was the second reason.
I have my relentless endurance ticked, but I'm pretty certain I did not use it. I haven't been knocked to 0 hit points.
You've not.
No. Okay, cool.
Yes. So that's the cutlass. The gem is attached to a weapon.
As you're doing this, P is like from P's circle being like.
Once it is attached to a weapon, that weapon can be thrown. Has a thrown range of 20 feet regular, 60 with disadvantage, and it does 1d8 extra force damage.
Ooh.
I shall add a d8 to my d8 stack.
Also, sorry, it's thrown and it returns, obviously, I should say, like, comes back. As we saw in the last episode, that was the effect it had. It also, as you can tell, Anton, from touching it and just getting a sense of it, has a very playful, friendly personality, like a bit like a Labrador.
Mm-hmm.
Just very excitable and friendly and wants to do things and be helpful.
Do I know what the gem is? Or the stone? Is it a stone or a gem? Sorry.
It's a gemstone. Looking at it, it's probably some kind of elemental gem, probably housing some kind of elemental spirit, but you don't really know.
Cool. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll just tell the properties and not freak P out with the idea that there's something trapped in there.
Sure. Cool.
Does lay on hands come back?
On a short rest.
Well,
I think so.
This is a special thing.
Oh, no, I see. No, class abilities do not come back. Spell slots come back, but that is it.
Boo.
Just spell slots.
Okay.
Those are the 2 items that you found. You've not really investigated the room much, though.
I mean, if you can throw it, you could throw it to me. Oh, but then it would go back to you.
Anton's also not proficient.
I am. Aye.
Oh, you are.
I'm a fighter, yeah.
No.
So I should be proficient with all weapons.
Yeah, you are technically, but I mean, this is a big sword. What's your strength modifier?
Yeah, I was going to say, is there like a special proficiency for anime?
No. I think. What is your strength score? What is your strength modifier?
Oh, that's not grand either. It's 0.
Oh yeah, you can't lift it.
No. And can I slide it though? Can I like drag it?
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, Anton drags it over, and he's like, "I thought, that'll come back if you chuck it."
Prosperous tries really hard to pretend that Prosperous didn't already know that.
Right. And I'll do a bit of extra work.
Cool. Grand. Great. Excellent. Good. Will it always come back?
Aye, it should do. Aye. And then he uses the
Prosperous
finger
throws
guns
it.
because he thinks that's what friends do to each other. He's never really.
Comes back to you.
This is the best news.
The sword is incredibly excited, and if it could wag a tail, it would.
Excellent. Sure. Why don't we have a little tinker around here? And then he literally hops and skips around the laboratory.
Cool. Anton is skipping off through the laboratory at the end of your short rest. What's everyone else doing?
Well,
I think Nate would be joining in, having a look. Like, this kazoo's cool. I want to see if there's more cool stuff around.
Sure, no
Join
problem.
in with the skip. We're off to see the wizard.
Ready? Sorry, Milk, are you joining in as well?
Absolutely, with the skip and everything.
Are you all looking together? Or are you spreading out a little bit? What's the plan?
If they're all busy looking at the things, I'm gonna scan for threat.
Okay, thank you.
Because if they're all distracted, I'm gonna watch out for things that might, attack and try and maim them.
Okay.
Thanks.
Cal?
While I'm still lying on the floor, as Milk skips by, can I just be like, Milk?
Captain Champion.
Come here.
You look very horizontal. Yes.
Lower.
Okay, this is a little bit intimate. Are you quite all right?
Can't see
She
you.
nearly
Literally can't see you.
runs out.
Sorry.
We'll play from down here. It's gonna be great. She nearly had me, She nearly
I saw.
had me, but I'm not going to enjoy this. Okay, I crabs and all the fun things. It's not ever going to be like it was. It's just something we got to do until we get out again.
Are you sure you know who you're talking to at this moment, Captain? I don't quite.
Well, you can have fun. Just don't make sure I don't have fun.
Yeah, but we also saved your life. The fun was merely a consequence of the not die.
The fun is not your fault. The fun is my fault. That is not your fault. That's fine. Thank you. What? Yeah, that was good.
Right.
Please, anytime I'm gonna die, please, I don't.
But you'd like me to make it somehow less fun.
Just help me out.
Okay.
In case I get sucked back into enjoying it.
Enjoying the not dying.
This, everything. No, the. And I sit up and gesture at people skipping and.
Right. Yes.
Are we all arm in arm, linked, listening to this conversation?
Yeah, Nate definitely has been just come up, linked arms and skipping in time with you around the lab.
Milk, have you done the same thing? Because I feel like we're all listening to Cal for us.
Let us say, for the sake of brevity, that Milk has peeled off and gone towards Cal, and the two of you have gone and done some exploring. Okay.
Cool then.
I think, Captain, it finds you, right? The crab chooses the captain, as it were.
That's how it should be. Sometimes you got goddesses trying to force you down paths that you try to leave behind, and you just gotta be careful and just.
Well, I did warn you not to trust gods, Captain. You know my feelings on them.
You did. You're wise. I know I can trust you to not trust gods with me, so I appreciate that.
Yes. I say, be a little bit more confident in being thyself. Only one chance at existence, Captain.
Do that.
Just hesitate less, enjoy more. Maybe let it be.
Enjoying is the problem. Were you not listening? No enjoyment.
No, but that's my point. I think you have it backwards. Maybe if you start with the enjoyment, it will tell you who to be.
What if it tells me the wrong thing? I don't know about that.
You've been around gods a little too long by the looks of you, Captain. Come, let's raid a dead city for valuables that look pretty.
Okay, but I'm not going to like it.
Okay, if you insist, Captain.
Lovely. Anton, Nate, roll me an investigation check with advantage. One of you can give the other advantage, I don't mind which. Prosperous, roll me a perception check.
I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
I've rolled an 8.
25.
What is this multi-class? I don't understand.
Oh, plus 9 to investigation. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, you're a smart character. That's the whole point. As one would say, the smartest member of the party, almost. So, You, looking around this room, you and Anton, between you, digging through the rubble and wreckage and getting a sense of this space, you note a couple of things. One, this lab is... It looks like it's not so much been smashed to smithereens as it looks like it has been... And the investigation check is high enough that you get this. Parts of it have been specifically targeted and broken. Some of it has fallen in over time, and some of it has just collapsed over time. It's been thousands of years. But some of it has been specifically targeted and made inoperable. This was intended. Weird thing number one. Number two, as you look around this space and look at this machinery, you start to piece together what it looked like. It was largely a series of what looked like hoops of metal.
Mm-hmm.
And quite a lot of sort of platforms for them to sit on. Multiple of these around the space. You're only a low-level wizard, so you don't quite have the wherewithal to know what that's for, but you and Anton managed to piece together that this was largely hoops, metal rings of some description on top of various platforms with panels around them at various points around this room. You also, looking through all of this, as you dig your way through the rubble, you and Anton, it catches your eye. On one of the desks, what's covered in rubble, is a stand. And on that stand is a crystal ball. It is glowing with a faint greyish white light. And as you get through it, you can see it there in the centre of this desk, just sat perfectly. Prosperous, with an 8 on your perception check, there's a door that leads out of here, quite a large door in one side of it. It is currently sort of half open.
I fully intend to stare at the door, and what actually happens is that I start picking things up.
That's fine.
And putting them in my rucksack.
It's mostly rubble.
I want it.
You're picking up rubble and crap.
It's like stones from the beach.
Yeah. Picking up pebbles from the beach. That's fine. What you do hear through the door, even with an 8, is a quite audible sound of water. Not like a tidal sort of waves in and out.
Oh, I'm going to go make my way over there as I'm picking up stones.
Fine, we'll come back to that. Yeah, there's this crystal ball. Cal, Milk, what are you doing?
Sorry, I just have a brief question. I accidentally pressed long rest on my page, but I shouldn't have done that, should I? Because that's replaced all my hit points, and that wasn't part of the deal with the little ring. Okay.
I trust you. Wind it back. I know you can do it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you.
I know what I was on.
Cal, while Anton and Nate are going through the room and Milk's with you, but probably working out his hit points at the moment, what are you doing? Are you assisting Anton and Nate? Are you looking at the things they're looking at together? Are you going along with where Prosperous is going towards the door to open it? What's your plan?
I will, I will go and go off with Prosperous, just so that if we're splitting the party, at least it's more even split. Yeah.
That's fine. Lovely. You head off with Prosperous towards the door. We'll come back to that in a second. Anton, Nate, this crystal ball's on the table, and you're starting to see what this room used to be like, but that's all you've got with the investigation check at the moment. You could roll Arcana checks to find out more, or you could touch the crystal ball. There's all sorts of things you could do.
I'll roll an Arcana check.
Go for it.
I'll touch the crystal ball.
Touch the
23.
things.
23.
Yeah.
You are starting to piece things together. Your knowledge of the arcane, even though you've only been through a sort of basic training, but you've been through basic training in 4 different classes. So you found some overlap points between them and are starting to make sense of how the world works, if you know what I mean.
I would also say part of my concept for the character is he's 120 years old. He's been around a bit, so...
Wow.
Yes, but this is thousands of years old, and the concept of doing it in this way is old.
Still old.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a chamber for capturing and binding things. And looking around it and looking at these things and thinking about the rest of Ailoliant and what you've heard about it so far, you can make a pretty fair assumption on what was being captured and bound here.
Elementals.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
I like the idea that maybe Nate and Anton are discussing this, when people bouncing off ideas from each other and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's finishing each other's
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
I was going to say that.
No, don't say that, Anton. That makes you the manipulator.
Anton, you reached out and you saw this crystal ball and you wanted to touch it?
What else are you going to do? See a ball, you touch it.
Anton, touching things. The series. That's what this is.
As you reach out and touch the crystal ball on the stand, you instantly get a flash of 3 random images that you don't recognize at all. And then you blink and it's standing in front of a crystal ball again.
What were they?
What were the 3 images?
The 3 images were...
dolphins,
Not
toast,
important.
and a rainbow.
They were relatively random. They were things that you can't quite... They don't have any connection to anything. They were just almost like a brain fart.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Like that.
I'm just going to identify it then.
Cool. As you reach forward and cast Identify on it, which takes 10 minutes, right?
11.
11, yeah. So you're identifying the crystal ball, looking at it. Do you take it off its stand, hold it in your hands?
Yeah, so Anton would like pick it up, and it's like the item just hovers in between his hands as he closes his eyes and focuses arcane magic onto
How'd you
it.
do that?
It's magic. There's a weird... When you pick it up, there's a weird sense of familiarity.
It's just a squid man saying, "It's a trap." Sorry.
Melon away?
But yeah, there's a strange sense of familiarity to it.
I don't like that. What's that? Oh.
Like you've touched it before.
No, I don't know, gods. Oh, boy.
Why have you touched it before?
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Have you touched a lot of crystal balls?
Nate,
Yeah.
got a chance in your repertoire. You don't happen to have the ability to restore memory, do you?
I mean, not unless it's like from some sort of like new injury. I can like heal people a bit, but not like lost memories or like repressed stuff. Why? Rolling insight.
Yes.
Anton's got a terrible charisma.
Yeah,
But
you
he's
mention it
gonna
at least
attempt
once
to
every
say-
episode, yeah.
15,
No.
sorry.
That is a 5 minus 1, which is a 4. I probably need to talk to P, but like, there's no reason to worry or be at all disturbed by what I've just said.
Right.
Does the crystal ball do anything with my identifier spell?
It lasts 11 minutes to identify it. We'll get back to the app.
All right, okay, so I'm not yet.
You're just holding it as you walk around at the moment. Milk, what are you doing in particular?
I was rummaging through looking for further shiny goodness.
Okay, roll me an investigation check looking specifically for shiny goodness.
Can Melinaway help me?
No.
Natural 20.
Oh, lovely. You do find a sort of smattering of other Geejaws. Like, it's
I
not...
love Geejaws.
Like, it's not like a more magic items or shit like that. What it is probably a selection of things that are probably worth quite a bit of money. You reckon there's probably quite a few things here that are saleable, that are valuable. They're probably like a voice hallows through your head that this belongs in a museum. It's the kind of thing that you could probably get quite a lot of money for. Strange artifacts. You recognize wealth. You recognize game.
Okay.
Recognize game.
That's so rare from this universe. I will sweep those up. and stash them about my person.
Look, as I say in every game, if you want loot, ask and you shall receive, but you have to ask.
What would I spend it on? It's exciting.
But yes, you find various sort of things around this space that are mostly machinery pieces that are probably quite elaborate and interesting, and the kind of thing you could easily sell for quite a lot of money.
Awesome.
Prosperous, Cal, do you open the door?
Yes.
Lovely. It's already ajar. Like, you're not like sort of... there is a corridor that goes out of this space, and about halfway, it goes down at an angle because you're now facing down into the down through the city, and about 20 feet ahead of you, the water does fill up. So you are. It is the water. It is a filled corridor. It is full of water, and the water does lap against the sides of it. Clearly, it's got some kind of tide wave pattern.
I have a horrible feeling Anton is going to say this is the direction we're going in.
Not more water. I don't like swimming, especially.
You were, like, hanging off the back of my ship. You were hanging off the front of my ship. I did not get the impression that you did not like water.
Well, it's fine when you're outside. Like, outside, you're outside. But inside, there are ceilings.
Yeah.
That is a very accurate description of inside.
Maybe there'll be another way that we just haven't seen, and we don't have to go anywhere near this horrible watery corridor. I'm sure it'll be fine.
All I'm saying is that inside there's the possibility that you're in a room and then there's water, and then you're like, there is no more water, air, water, air, water. No, I just don't like it. That's all I'm saying. I just don't like it.
That we won't. We will avoid those kind of situations. That ain't gonna be good. I'm sure Anton could do something clever anyway.
Just Chris nodding like, yeah, sure.
Anton, as you and Nate walk up behind the group looking down this corridor, you finish casting Identify. This is a crystal ball that lets you cast Legend Lore once per day.
Well played, good. Well played.
That was good. That was very good.
Oh, well, that's my favourite thing.
Wow.
Don't waste it now.
Once per day.
You're gonna fucking Legend Lore yourself?
See, look at him. Oh no.
Look at his face.
Oh boy.
You worked out what that thing does yet?
Anton looks at Nate with clear fear in his eyes.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Right. So, back at the academy, right, I had this friend, and he had to make this decision, right? My friend.
Friends, right.
Yeah, my friend.
Did you only have one friend? Is this a common theme among wizards? Why can you only make one friend each?
Because most of them die. But I had this friend, right? And so he had to make a decision, right? Between possibly looking at a very nice item for another friend of his and telling them more about it, or possibly finding out something very, 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 very horrible about himself.
What did you choose?
I don't know. I haven't got back to him yet. He didn't tell me. What do you think he should do?
Can I roll insight on?
Of course you can.
Anton?
Why not? Yes.
Deserves advantage for the terrible guy that is my friend.
I mean, I'll take that happily. Oh, that's better.
He lives in Canada.
23, Anton.
Which Anton can't beat with a roll, I believe.
No, it was a good roll. 18 minus 1. That's a 17.
Anton is clearly talking about himself.
And in the present tense.
Yeah. Prosperous, do you know that?
No, I think I'm giving Anton advice about some previous situation. I think that you should do whatever gives you the best peace of mind for yourself.
My friend.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
your friends.
confused. You said a lot of words about different people. But you're asking, so I think you should do whatever gives you the best peace of mind.
What is it that your friend was worried about discovering about themselves?
Oh, possibly that, everything he knew about himself, themselves, maybe it was,
Sure, yeah.
but that maybe they weren't who they thought they were, maybe that they were actually someone else.
Well, that wouldn't be so
Maybe.
bad. If they were someone else.
The person that they were wasn't that great, maybe.
Is this the kind of information that was likely to get your friend, if they had any other friends who perhaps were stood close to this friend at the time of this happening, shall we say, murdered or dead or otherwise maimed, would you say?
Now that you've actually put it that way, no. No. Okay. He lifts up the crystal ball, and he's going to cast Legend Lore on the name Lorian.
Sure.
While this is happening, Prosperous is just going to sidle up to Milk and go, "Do you understand what is happening?"
No, absolutely not. Saw an opportunity, gave it a push.
Anton, the way the crystal ball works is you look at it, concentrate on an object, an item, a person, the theme of your legend lore, and then it starts showing you things, starts showing you images.
Excellent.
You think of Lorraine. The first thing you see is a locked door. The lock on this door there's a keyhole, very specific keyhole, and the shape of the keyhole is very sort of classical key. But you can also sense, you don't quite know how you can sense, but this door is also magical. And there's something about this locked door that is important. You don't know what it is, you don't know why this locked door is important, but something about it is clearly it lies large in your mind. There is something there that is important. Secondly, you get a vision of a specific place. You get a vision of somewhere in the Icewind Dale. You've never been to the Icewind Dale. You've never know anything about it. I mean, you're relatively near it right now. That's the crow flies, the ship goes. You see a prison built into a spire of rock. People wearing orange jumpsuits. And you see in that prison a figure sat in a cot in a cell being watched by a tower inside a prison. And the figure is just leaning, sat, waiting. And you get a very strong feeling of Lorraine from this sat figure. You can't see its features, just sat, cowled. But you get a strong feeling of Lorraine from this figure.
Over a cot?
Well, no, just sat on a bed. So cot's just
right.
Yeah, sat on a bed. And the third image, which you don't understand at all, is of you. It's you looking in the crystal ball, looking at yourself, looking in the crystal ball, looking at yourself, looking in the crystal ball, looking at yourself.
And do I go...
Yeah, and then that's the end of the image.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, noting all this down.
Okay.
It doesn't seem okay.
Yeah, does Anton look okay? Because
Did everybody see the crystal ball, or did I just see that?
They see you looking in the
just
crystal
cloudy
ball.
to everyone?
They look at you in the crystal ball. The visions inside are cloudy to them, but you can see them.
Okay. All right. Can I use this crystal ball as my arcane spell focus for the rest of the game?
Of course you can.
Can I just say that it magically floats around me?
Yeah, of course you can.
oh, that's cool.
Oh, I got a little spinning globe around me, orbiting my head like the moon.
That's terrifying.
Big for that. Like, it is, like, sizable.
It just, like, bumps into me occasionally.
Ow.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Wish my staff would do that.
So,
What did your friend
what did
find
you all
out?
find? No?
Just the
Can
word
you unpack
no.
that a little? Maybe?
What did you find out? No. Okay.
just open that up a little.
So, there's a door, right? And it needs unlocking because there's something important behind it. And I think this Lorraine person is not to worry about because they're locked away, and there's no reason to worry about it because I'm here.
So there's a locked door we've got to open, and there's something behind a locked door that we shouldn't worry about because it's locked away.
And we're not to worry because you're here.
I think Lorraine's in the Icewind Dale, so
I'm not going back there. There is no sun.
No, it's horrible there. It's really cold. Everyone's really depressed.
What is there a prison there, possibly?
Was there a prison in the Icewind Dale?
Not that the two of you are aware of, no. Like, roll me history checks, both of you. Why not? Your intelligence scores are hilarious.
15!
I think
Plus nothing.
that is... well, I've rolled a 2, it becomes a 1. So that's a non-natural 1.
Neither of you have heard of a prison in the Icewind Dale.
I mean, if there is a prison, we certainly didn't go there. And there's no reason we would know about a prison. Like, we're perfectly fine, both of us. Like...
Cal, roll me a history check.
There's no reason we would know about a prison. Like, we're
Actually,
both
Cal and Nate can both roll me history checks. Nate's old and Cal's experienced.
perfectly on top of everything that is going on and, really legitimate people.
23.
13.
Cal, you think you remember someone mentioning that there is a prison in the Icewind Dale, but you can't remember anything about it. Nate, there is a specific prison in the Icewind Dale. There is a specific prison that is, a place where the Lord's Alliance keep all of the people who hack off the various cities up and down the Sword Coast if they can't be kept in any one of those cities. Like, it is basically the worst prison in the north. It's very much lock up and throw away the key.
Okay. Do I know what it's called?
I am just looking that up.
I mean, I can tell you where you can find dinosaurs in the Icewind Dale if you really want, but no prison.
That would be nice.
There is. I've heard of like a really bad prison up there, like the worst of the worst that are never getting out kind of deal.
Revel's End.
Revel's End. Any you heard of that?
Can't get Revels for days.
That's probably a good thing.
Rebels without cause.
So, do we...
So you think that's where this? What is it, Lorien?
I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, yeah.
Lorraine.
Do we need to go find that person or not go find that person? Because if they're in prison, we could just leave them there. That's fine.
My thoughts exactly. And Anton does like a, that shake dance you do to sort of free your body up of tension. He just goes from head to toe like, he goes, all right. So, problems ahead. We've got a magical city that needs a floating, and we've got a boat to get a floating out of here. So,
but hang on, did that ball tell you that we didn't need to worry because you're here?
Aye.
It told you that.
Were those its exact words?
It didn't actually say anything, so if anything, these are my exact words.
So an interpretation.
Aye.
Right.
But if it showed you, then surely you've got some connection to this wizard. Right? Isn't that how it works?
And you mentioned that your friend, of course, who you were really worried might not be who they thought they were. I mean, anything you feel like having a chat about at this point, Anton? Just, we are your bosom buddies.
Look, I feel like I should come clean, because clearly none of you know what I'm talking about. My deception has been too great.
Right, yes.
I don't actually have a friend that had a problem.
You don't have any friends at all. That's really sad, Anton.
I know. Like, well, Captain Kalia brought up an excellent point to me on the ship about being careful about caring about people and losing them and at a young age, this is what happened. And
side eyes, Cal.
Never get close to anyone.
Cal, being an experienced person, clearly gave me some great advice here.
It's nodding,
like impressionable as I am.
Correct. Good.
But yeah, the fact that Lorraine was a divination wizard, kind of started turning thoughts in my head when we had that. Because they said that they would be coming back and to cause a bit of mayhem, and well, I never really met my parents. I was told that they died at a young age. I lived with my aunt and uncle in a tavern for many years. So,
what's your first memory? How old were you?
Probably about 4, speaking to an elf. It was a nice elf. They were teaching me Elvish.
But were you like 35 at the time? I think it was...
Yeah,
Were
like,
you 35?
being a
Anton's
child.
not even 35.
Can I ask what might be considered a stupid question?
Aye?
Are all divination wizards the same person?
No. Well, that wasn't a stupid question because I think I might be.
What happens if you are?
Well, hopefully, these memories take precedence over the old ones, and I don't succumb to my previous not very nice tendencies.
You got someone in your head trying to tell you what to do. It's just a matter of willpower.
I got
If
no
you do,
one in
I'm
my head.
saying. If you do, look, you're clearly you. We all know you are you. If you had not been a small child, I feel like someone would have noticed that. You ain't secretly someone else. If there's any magic mumbo jumbo, that means someone else is, I don't know, trying to get in there or trying to make you do whatever, then I believe you are gonna be able to fight that off. Because you're, mentally smart.
Can I
Nice. That actually made me feel bad.
Can I just, again, this is a really, obvious suggestion. If you're worried you might be Lorraine, and we think we know where Lorraine is, if we get you and the person who we think might be Lorraine in the same room, clearly you can't both be the same person.
Exactly, which is what I'm hoping is the case, because the connection clearly is something, but it feels like they're in a different place. So there's definitely a connection there.
Maybe Lorraine will be like, oh yeah, you look exactly like X, who I used to know. Maybe you're X's child.
That would be nice. That would be very nice.
Here's a head scratcher, though. So if we get there and Lorraine is there, then we have a Lorraine. And if we get there and he's not there, then he's you. So we have a Lorraine.
I don't think we should go too far down the Anton is actually someone else path. I think Anton is Anton, and I don't know, we could, try and do a sending to your aunt and make sure that she's real and remembers you and all if you're that worried. But
as
you
a
ain't
scholar,
know enough.
Yeah, I like to try and stick to hardcore facts. The fear is mainly the emotional side of me breaking through, which I tend to keep. But,
Mate, that doesn't sound healthy.
Mm-mm.
What is it you don't do that?
No, then you become Cal.
No, I talk about it all constantly. Haven't you noticed?
is much wiser. Just express.
Yeah.
But look, I like Captain Champion's right. Like if you're you, like there's no change in that now. But like you might be getting influence from some other person from the past, and maybe they were in your body at some point and now you're in your body and you don't have to worry about them now. But then you might when they come back. But when they do, we'll be able to give you a hand. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, that also makes me feel safer. Am I doing this right?
Yes.
Yes. So long as, just last one. You don't want to secretly transform into an ancient lich version of yourself and, I don't know, eat or...
I'm not a lich.
No, sure.
Anton doesn't mess with any of that undead crap. At all, ever.
Is that from thine own lips, as it were?
Anton.
I've never tried it.
Good, that's the phrasing that really puts me at ease.
And you ain't never gonna.
I don't particularly want to become a lich, as to say. I think there's better ways to,
Okay. Good.
I've just yet to look into it. I'm starting my career.
Don't look into it.
Well, no. Well, I'm not going to do anything. Just see what all the fuss is about.
I think knowing about that kind of stuff, like, I mean, I know a couple of, necro type spells. I don't use them that much unless it's kind of desperate, but...
Yeah, necromancy is not necessarily, a fully evil, source of magic. There's a lot of things that, again, can come out together. But becoming a lich is there's a lot of stuff you have to do that's not very wholesome, that I'm not really into.
I think there's quite a lot in between being a necromancer and being a lich. I think
exactly.
There's a bit of a process there, yeah.
We're fine with necromancy. We're not fine with lichiness. Well, I've known some very nice necromancers in my time, that I have come to respect, and maybe
you can't just
even admire. But I would not say the same about any liches, personally.
You can't always just dip your toes in. You think you're just reading a book. You think you're just trying a spell.
Are you talking about yourself?
No.
Are you sure? Because
we all hold hands.
Often we talk about these things, and I feel like you're talking about yourself.
Guys, I just feel a little bit of...
Nate, hold hands.
I'll hold hands with everyone. I'll try and take Cal's hand.
Captain Champion?
What is this? What are we doing? What is happening now?
We're forming a circle.
Right,
a trust thing or something, right?
Yes.
Let's just...
You do that and make Anton feel better, and
well,
no, you have to join too, otherwise it's just a squiggle.
It's not a circle if it's just like a curved line, or otherwise.
I have to say, Captain. Yeah, this does feel better than pushing it down, Cap.
You're gonna be fine, Anton. Okay, you're gonna do just fine.
Well done, Captain. That was very moving.
Would now be the right time to tell you all of my deathly fear of drowning?
There's a wet corridor in front of you.
That is okay, because give me some time and we'll all be able to not drown for the next 24 hours.
Go a different way that doesn't involve the horrific enclosed underwater space.
There is no other door out of here.
There is no elevator, there's only a delevator, so...
So.
Not a word.
Coining it, writing it in my journal.
Yeah, there is a wet corridor.
Nate turns around and, like, finger gun style, casts a few shape waters to just kind of drain as much water out of the way as possible.
Where are you draining it to?
A lot of water.
Like, behind us.
Into the lab.
Dump it up there now.
As you pull 5 cubic foot of water out of this, it is refilled very quickly because you recognize this is not standing water. This actually looks like it's part of the ocean. And as the water comes past, you can smell the briny, salty tang on it.
I think this is plot water. I think we will struggle to get rid of it by...
Seawater. It's seawater. It's next to the sea. There is a... Oh, God, not drain the sea.
I could freeze it. Would that help?
You can probably swim in it, can you not, Nate?
Well, yes, I can.
Right. Well,
I was hoping everybody else would come with me.
in about 10 minutes, we can all just swim down there ourselves.
Do you cast water breathing on everyone, Anton?
Yeah, I spent the time ritual casting that bad boy.
Perfect. Then I'll
Prosperous. When Anton casts this all the time, he's very proficient, and it's completely safe. All right.
It's true. You cannot drown.
That is very reassuring. Thank you, Cal. I appreciate you taking the time to reassure me.
Hey, you've had some of my water breathing goodness before now, haven't you?
I have, yes, but
have you ever tried it?
I don't want to.
Use it.
No, I don't want to knock on Cal trying to reassure me.
Oh.
Yes. That's good.
It's just weird, man. Like breathing water. No offense. And then he looks at me.
It doesn't help with the fact that the water is still there and the roof is still there.
Do you all make your way into the water slowly and carefully so that you can all breathe it?
Cold.
It is safe. It is cold.
Is it cold?
Like we're all talking and slowly goes bubble.
Don't like it. Why is it cold? Someone make it warmer.
Don't make the water warmer.
I can
Take it back.
Not gonna pee.
I regret my request.
There's already some pee in the water.
If you all make your way down this corridor, you go underwater. You're walking, swimming. Like you can walk, move.
I'm walking. I'm heavy.
Yeah, you walk.
You
Obviously,
could just walk really nicely.
you make your way down this corridor, and there are various doors that go off it, and you can see that some of these have fallen in space. Some seem to be enclosed rooms. But you do also all note as you move down this corridor effectively.
Is it all underwater?
Once you're inside this bit, yes, it is all underwater for the time being.
I start marking the walls with little sword marks so that if everyone else dies, I can still make my way out.
That's fine.
Because I really don't like being underwater.
Yeah, that is fine.
Thanks for the confidence, B.
You can all still talk underwater, just to be clear. It's not like underwater you can't talk. It's just slightly it sounds slightly weird. And you can breathe because of water breathing being cast.
What's in the rooms?
Various detritus. It looks like, again, laboratory-style things, and again, some of these metal hoops and that sort of thing. Some look like they used to be like living quarters and stuff, but it's hard to tell because all of like the blankets and stuff are long gone. Like it's just this stone tables and that sort of thing.
Are they like smaller versions of the one we were in?
Yes.
Like the hoop stuff?
Exactly.
Are any of them still
No.
like...
Everything is...
No,
I mean,
okay.
Nate rolled for a roll an investigation check on this now while you're walking past and looking at them.
Oh, natural one.
Nate is busy enjoying the water.
Which gives me a 14.
It's a 1. So a 1 is a 1. Don't fuck with me. Anton, do you want an investigation check as you asked?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
That is... what are my skills? Oh, wait. Yeah. Investigation plus 9, so that is a 23.
They've all been purposefully broken.
Oh.
You can tell they've been purposely destroyed.
Okay. The mystery deepens.
As you get to the end of this corridor, it opens out, and you can see that it was clearly intended to open out into a very, very large open space that, as you move into it and look around, only is about half underwater. It's a good, couple of 100 feet tall, and it looks like it's very long and circular, like you're almost part of a sort of circular tunnel.
Like a tube.
Like a tube. Like a big tube, but a humongous tube. Gigantic.
How wide?
So
a
we're
couple
going
hundred
along
foot
the
wide and
tube.
tall. We just walked into it. There are...
So, the tube would go horizontal, not vertical.
The tube would go in a. It looks like it goes in a. It looks like it goes in a. What's it called?
Donut.
A torus. Yeah, a donut. It looks like it would go in a torus, but you're only seeing very little of it.
Particle collider.
Yeah, a bit like CERN, like a particle collider. Very good analogy. There are walkways that lead up, and they lead out of the surface of the water, which you can't see through very well from this. And it's also quite dark in here, just to be clear. Go on.
I just suddenly was wondering if it was a big circle and then there were like 4 main things that go in the middle and then come out of it, and anyway, just suddenly happened.
As you
What
move
kind of donut is that?
The symbol of Mistra.
the symbol of Mistral.
Mistral donut.
Mistral donut. And as you make your way up this, you can make your way to the surface. There are clearly walkways you could walk up if you can't swim because your armor's heavy. But you can make your way towards the surface.
I can still swim, it's quite light. But
Okay.
just I as a person, there's a lot of me.
Sure. This Taurus, you can get to the sort of water surface, and you can make your way through this whole space and make your way up. So you are, and there are walkways as well, like people would have been able to make their way up as well. As you're doing this, anyone is welcome to roll me an investigation check.
Nope, too busy being scared of the water.
Can I help Nate again? Because I feel like that sort of lab partner banter might be a good way to do that.
Lovely, sure.
24.
Ooh.
Nate. The walls of this Taurus are dented, bashed, broken, scratched. It's a mess, but looking at it, it's designed to be bashed, dented, broken. You get the strange sense that this Taurus, this donut, was a cage.
I think they were
Designed to
keeping
be
something
one.
in here.
Yeah.
Like, something that wanted out. And I mean, you can see all these dents and scratches around. But yeah, they don't look deliberate in the same way as previous room.
No.
What is the walls made out of? And are there like any arcane runes on it? For like binding, maybe?
There were some arcane runes on the walls, but you can see some of them have been scratched out. Again, if you look at them, they've been scratched out deliberately.
Right. Okay. And you said they were in Laros. Right?
Well, they're arcane runes. They're not in a language. They're in
Oh, okay.
arcane.
Cool.
They're in Arcane.
What were they doing? Trying to keep things.
I don't know, but look, like, if they had something in here, those runes helped keep it here. But somebody is intentionally, like, broken the runes. Same as that room back there, it was smashed up on purpose.
Was it the Leviathan?
I think that's a solid guess.
Sound like a dumb question given that these folks killed a god, but would they have had the kind of power needed to keep a creature like that?
I mean, it looks like they had it, but I don't know if they intentionally wrecked their own stuff or somebody came and attacked and destroyed their equipment.
Or maybe someone didn't want them to know like what happened. Like that's another reason why people destroy things, isn't it? So that nobody can repeat it.
You said if that giant water snake thing were here, we'd know about it. That'd be a problem. So where would it have gone at the moment the magic failed and the city fell? What happened?
That's a pretty good question, I guess.
Somebody could have banished that, much like milk here.
As you
I
make
didn't do it.
as you make your way towards the surface of the water, as you get to the top and break the surface, the water in here, again, at a slight angle, because the whole city is angled, there's a good, 50 feet of air at the top of this. So quite a lot of the top of it is out of the water. And away from you at a strange, it's a strange angle because of the height of this, but in the middle of this Taurus, and you can't see around it, it's just a doorway leading towards the middle of this Taurus, there is a door. It is large, about 10 foot across, about 20 foot tall. Anton, you instantly recognize it from your vision.
Right, okay. Just going back to my notes on that.
Mm-hmm. Can everyone roll me?
Oh, look at...
Are you trying to be stealthy in any way?
Always.
I mean, none of you mentioned wanting to roll a stealth check at any point throughout this last bit.
This whole time. It's very suspicious.
I feel like Anton's too distracted by being soaking wet.
Fine. No stealth checks are rolled.
Squelching around.
We're all underwater, right?
Yeah. Well, you're now
Yeah.
we're breaking the surface of the water, and there are walkways. There are walkways that allow you to walk out of the water that sit about 10 to 15 feet above the surface of the water. There are walkways that would allow people to move around this space without it being entirely waterlogged.
I would like to be out of the water, please.
Perfectly fine.
Thank you.
I think Nate wouldn't be trying to be stealthy, but if other people start being stealthy, Nate would.
What's everyone's
Join
passive
in.
perception?
11.
Cool.
15.
14.
21, right, Cal? Cal, you note by the doorway there's that strange shimmer in the air that you're an experienced adventurer, sea captain, all the rest of it. Someone invisible is standing by the door.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Am I... He just got out of the water.
You're all out of the water. You're all either
all out
on
of
various
water.
walkways, unless you specifically want to
Okay.
be in the water, which some of you might want to be.
I would like to walk up the edge of the tunnel until I'm upside down.
Upside down, I mean, you're 50 foot up then. You're a long way away.
That's okay.
Cool. Okay. Milk is hanging off the roof. Anton, I don't know. Prosperous is out of the water on one of the walkways. They all sort of converge in these central points to try and get to the central mass because that's clearly important.
I'm going to say... okay, hold up. I'm going to cast that spell we talked about. Everyone get close in.
I might not hear that.
What?
I also shouldn't have...
I would like to hear that, but I'm unfortunately on the roof now.
I'm not sure what Cal wants, but I go close by because she said something.
Right, come in.
Should I get milk?
Come in. I can...
What
Yeah.
are they
Is there
doing?
something secret going on? What?
I'm going to cast a spell on you. Come here.
Oh, right.
Anton shouts, Milk, get down here!
I'll just let go?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's,
Down in the water, by the way.
that's quite fun.
Can I arrange myself so that my back is to the doorway and it looks like I'm casting something while I whisper? To
Sure,
cover
roll me a
the fact that I'm
deception check.
whispering? Oh, I'm not good at that. Why am I not good at that?
You're many different things. Deceptive is not one of them.
It's not. That was an 8.
Oh, I rolled really badly, but luckily I rolled well enough. So as Cal
Oh, just
turns her
come
back
here.
and does that, from the doorway you do hear a voice that says,
Oh.
"Before you do anything rash, I'd love a moment to discuss."
Okay.
And that's where we'll pick up after the break. Join us after the break for the mysterious door and the mysterious invisible voice and more shenanigans from this group of reprobates. See you all in 5:10. Bye, everyone. Hello everyone, welcome back to Sea of Swords Forsaken. So, the crew of the Blue Bottle are currently on various strange walkways in a large Taurus-like space, a big open Taurus-like space, a bit like Large Hadron Collider.
Taurus-like, I have no idea what you mean.
Donut. It's like a big open donut.
What a donut cage.
And glass donut
that
emotion.
sounds ideal if it has donuts in it.
This does not have donuts in it.
Shame.
But yes, you've made your way to the top. There is a big door that Niles saw in a vision, well, Anton saw in a vision that was locked in his vision. And an invisible creature next to it noted that you had all noticed it and called out from the doorway.
It noticed us. Noticing it.
Exactly.
Noticing us.
I rolled an insight check, yeah. And has called out to ask us to talk. What do you all do?
As described, look round Cal.
Say, by the way, there's someone over there.
Yeah, we got that. We got that, Cal. Thanks.
Yeah.
Are we talking to him or them? Maybe, I don't know.
Sure.
Who goes there?
Oh, not
Only
you,
we are?
Anton.
Okay.
Classic opener. Love it.
By the doorway, an invisible force field, an invisibility spell fades, and a large creature steps out into. There's not much light in here, if any. Like, it's very, very dim, but you all have dark vision. So, looking out at this creature steps forward. They're large, they're quite tall, they're quite broad. From about the sort of knees up, they look like a sort of fishy humanoid, but below the sort of knees midsection is just a column of water that swirls ever so slightly. Nate in particular, and I think Anton is fair as well, can roll me history checks, I think, or Arcana. I don't know either.
Fishy as in dodgy or fishy as in half fish?
Half fish.
16?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the fishy thing got me. 19.
It's good.
Both of you recognise a water genie or Marid.
Hello!
Oh, I've not seen one of them for a while.
What is it, Nate?
You would like to talk.
We
You
are
would like to talk.
honoured to be in your home.
It is my home, well recognised.
Is it a cell? Are you trapped here?
No, I am the great breaker of all trapping things.
Oh, I am Milk the Skimmed. It is a pleasure to meet an equal.
Prosperous.
So was it you that messed up all the stuff in here?
I did.
Smashed some?
I broke
Okay.
all of the chains that bound, all of the machines that were taking in my kind. All gone now.
You sound kind of
Whereabouts?
revolutionary.
I am the great revolutionary in many, many ways.
That sounds lovely. Can I just check, was this about 2 weeks ago or is this several years ago?
Interesting, you've heard of my work. You can see around you in the water there are various shapes moving, and you can't see any shapes in the water, but you can see the water moving as if creatures were moving in it.
Anton's going to lean into the group and be like, I think this guy is a bit big for his boots.
What?
But he's going to whisper that as in like,
What indeed did you do 2 weeks ago? We, of course, have heard of your work.
Roll me a deception check.
but we have heard of his work, haven't we?
Sort of.
Deduced.
You can deduce.
But that's not quite
That's
the
a
same.
natural 20 plus 5 for a 25.
Yes, you know all of my great deeds and achievements. I understand. I am Sasamaz, breaker of all things that bind my kind.
Zazimaz.
How
And
did
what
your...
exactly did you do 2 weeks ago, Zazimaz?
I freed my kind. I freed them all, and now we are working to make this our palace beneath the waves. A testament to the strength of the elemental creatures that live in this ocean.
Have you considered, maybe, just going and living in the ocean?
Why would I do that? This is a marvelous palace. It was made to bind my people and will now become a home for us beneath the waves.
Right.
Anton puts his hand up politely.
You wish to speak?
I Hey, so you're not doing anything about this storm?
The storm is clearly a sign that this space is ordained for elemental. That is why there are elementals all around it. And if I can get through this infernal door, I will free all of my brethren trapped within the winds of the storm.
What's behind the door?
The thing that keeps this city magical and keeps the storm going, and I wish to destroy it.
Can I
Anton,
check?
Sure.
What pronouns do you use for my notes? Thank you.
17 on the insight check.
This married, you don't know much about genies, and no reason that you would, but you get a sense in this married, there's a sense of pomposity and arrogance. Ooh. And
no, I got that, Chris. I want more.
the idea of lying about his fantastic achievements would be pointless, because then he's already got so many fantastic achievements. Why would he lie about anything?
So marids are a kind of elemental, like a subtype of water elemental.
Genie.
And
specifically, yeah.
Great Zazimaz.
Zasamaz, but close enough.
What indeed have you tried to get through this infernal door?
Well, see, it's most infuriating. I have tried beating it down with my strength, but it does not open to my fists. I have tried using magical abilities to unlock it, but it seems to have an infernal ability to relock itself. I am at my wit's end. Now, if you can help me break through this door and help me make my way to this infernal contraption holding my companions outside this space within the storm, then I will grant you egress from my realm without certain death.
I'm sorry. Were we not going to be granted certain... What's the other option?
Certain life.
Well, death, of course, for defying my wishes.
So either we help you unlock the door, at which point you will set free all of the elementals onto the world, or you're going to kill us all.
That's a very, yes. Very much so.
Hardly courteous. We've just met, Sassafras, and is this any way to start a kind of
Sassafras.
What's his name?
No.
It's Sassafras now, I think. I feel like
that is not my name. I am Zasamaz, the breaker of all things that bind my people.
Where did your people come from, this plane, or did you come from all the elemental planes?
We do not hail from this plane, but we will take it and make it part of the great plains of water.
How about just going home?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I have found my people being kept, and I have freed them. This is the correct thing to do. People should not be kept locked away. Many of my people were locked in machinery that had kept them in place for thousands of years.
No, we agree, but how about you all just go home?
Roll a persuasion checks, best you're going to get here.
Can I have help? Because Carl was helping.
I mean, like...
We can definitely send him home.
The elemental plane of water. I've never actually had a chance to go there myself.
I've just rolled 2 natural 20s.
What? That's crazy.
Which makes it 29.
I'm sorry, G, I interrupted you with that ridiculous dice roll. Go ahead.
Sorry. I mean, like, surely you and all the other water elementals would just be more comfortable in the plane of water.
But we have to break down this edifice to our entrapment, although your friend in the armor makes a very good point.
Surely, now that you're free, you can just go home.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anton some rhymes in.
Yeah.
literally, yeah.
Finally been able to go back where you come from, where you belong. See that again.
But what of my friends caught in the storm?
Well, they could also go home.
How? We cannot open this door.
No, I did mean, like, once you've got that door open, instead of releasing all the elementals and, like, taking over this whole plane of existence and, like, you know, killing millions and millions of people. That's probably not great So
Sorry,
maybe
are you taking this guy seriously?
How about Anton?
He genuinely thinks that with like him and a bunch of elementals stuck in a storm are gonna be able to take off the whole of this planet. I mean, I know.
they're probably not, but they
Can I
can
just
take us
put my
right
hand
now.
over Anton's mouth
So
temporarily?
at the moment, I think we should just try and not die. Frankly.
Roll an attack roll for vicious elbowing.
Yes.
Anton's gonna politely raise his hand.
Anton, he has water for feet. You don't mess with that kind of power.
Look, sir, Mr. Zasimaz.
You've changed that since we started
I have
this
not.
conversation.
I wrote it down. It's Sazamaz.
Zasimaz. We also understand your plight because we have some of people from our plane of existence currently trapped on this city as well. And if you drown this city and put it underwater as your kingdom, then you will be drowning our people. Now, I feel like you understand how that feels. That wouldn't be nice, would it?
Roll me a persuasion check.
I've already rolled
Beautiful.
one.
That was a persuasion check to
That's
not
really
kill you all.
nice.
It's a good start.
That's 11.
Oof.
Cool.
Yes, but they are the descendants of the people that hurt my people, and thus an eye for an eye.
Some of your people
So
have
what?
hurt us.
Like your parents never did anything that you didn't like.
Exactly.
We're not talking about my parents. They were...
Maybe we should talk about your parents.
Can we not, please? I don't want to
Okay,
talk about
fine.
my... No.
Were you close to your father?
How does that make you feel?
Look,
I've learned that sharing is best. Do you want to hold hands?
Maybe you have a point. I mean, the Leviathan that was trapped here, the great elemental evil, did leave pretty quickly after I freed it. So
I knew it! Anton screams.
yes. So
So, if you want to get that, you said that the thing that's like powering all of this is behind that door.
Yes.
But do you know what it is exactly? Is it like a magical object or like a machine or
some
what?
sort of infernal magical contraption that the thing this city clearly runs on in some capacity.
It's the
How'd
Mapala.
Not again. How'd you start the sinking? If you haven't been able to get in there, how come everything's sinking right now?
Simple, by making holes in things.
That would work. I
Yeah.
see that now. Yeah.
He's been messing up all the magical
This is
stuff.
my
so, like,
favourite NPC so far this entire.
I thought it would be more
He is
complex
great.
than that,
He is
but
No, if
put
you make holes
it.
in things, they
Yeah.
sink faster.
No, I have experience, unfortunately, of that.
Could we persuade you to
Like
maybe
Stephen Fry and Blackadder, I love it.
repair the holes you have made before we release you to the elemental plane?
You would release... Why are you releasing me to the elemental plane?
Because
We're
you
here to
want
help
go
you out.
home.
Yeah, we're gonna
Anton
help you out.
side-eyes milk. Like, you think what I'm thinking?
You can...
Do you not want to go home?
I
Would you
can
like
go
to
home if I want to go home, but all of my friends cannot.
We can send your friends home too.
We're very powerful. We're gonna help you out. We're gonna help you free your friends. But yeah, we would appreciate
Systematically, we could, yeah.
you and your pals heading off home after and not killing us and maybe giving us a little hand patching up the holes for them folks up above.
Well... there were 2 nat 20s rolled.
I wish I was more persuasive, but that's all I got.
There's a really good early roll. I'm not gonna shit on that. All right, I have a proposal that will suit us both in a beneficial sense. If you can help me unlock this door and free my brethren, then together we will all depart. If you can send some of us on our way, that would be mighty fine of you. But in the meantime, I can get home and I can help these others find some other portal back home, or at least try and get some more of my brethren to help. I want to get them all
Anton calls
home, and
Thunder.
I do have an intention of doing something to the mortal realms for this injustice, but I can see that maybe we went a bit over the top at this point. So maybe we wind it back in for now, and another time, your hand's raised.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the fact that you've changed your mind. Which is very good. But would I be able to ask that you don't destroy anything before we've figured out exactly what that is? Because we might just be able to turn it off.
It is a tool of holding my people in ransom. I will not allow it to exist in this plane of existence any further.
But if you let me turn it off, then there won't be a problem.
But you could turn it back on again, couldn't you?
But I
We
won't.
could, like, take it apart and, like, maybe use some of the bits for other stuff.
Get the city to float without making this storm.
Roll another persuasion check. There's advantage on that from someone, so...
Oh, that's a 10.
I will consent to discussing it once this door is open.
Can I just cast banishment on the married?
Boy.
He's got house banishment on the married.
Yeah, I think.
How will that help?
Well, if it goes back to the elemental plane, then the conversation's over. We can get on with our day, which
There
would
are
be
loads
nice.
more of them, though.
Well, one married, like, yeah, but they're inside, right?
No, they're all
No.
floating in the water
they're, like,
around you.
in the
There's
water
quite a
around.
few
By the way,
elementals
we're
in the water.
Kind of surrounded here, just.
Okay.
I feel like this encounter might be easier without the big boss.
I think Nate steps forward, kind of out of the group a bit, and just goes, "Look, you know what? I think that's a fair deal. I think, and like I like you, so and I'd like to try and trust you. So why don't I come up there and I'll have a look at that door and see if we can't work out how to get it open."
Well, it feels like we've got a good working relationship vis-a-vis the this part of the conversation. So if you all want to come and look at the door, that's tickety-boo by me.
Yeah, and then afterwards we can work out like what we do next, right? Kind of walking up towards him.
I will warn you, this contraption, I'm not au fait with the idea of taking it apart and using bits of it, because it can trap my people, you see, and that is something I am not okay with. But
I understand that.
I'm willing to give it a moment and to wait until we're in the...
Maybe we just like destroy a bit of it. That means it can't then be rebuilt. We can use the other bits for stuff. You know what? Like I said, let's look at this door and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
If you can make head or tail of it, I've been struggling with it for weeks now.
So
I'm going to look at Milk and be like,
I got a 22 on insight on how much he's just going to smash up the Mythlara.
He's going to just smash it up when the door's open.
Cool, just wanted to check.
I rolled a 3 on the deception check. Even with a marriage decent charisma, it's still only a 7.
Whisper that to Anton, like you know, he's just gonna smash that thing up as soon as he gets the chance.
I have a backup plan. And he's going to look at Milk and be like,
There's quite a lot of them.
I think, why don't you just do it now?
Well, can I hide? Is there anywhere I can hide
Behind
while
me?
looking at the door?
If you all
That's
move
a
towards
fair
the door, and if Zasamaz believes you're all going towards the door trying to help open it, he won't be paying direct attention to you, Milk. Roll me a deception check, because you clearly have plans, so that he doesn't notice that you clearly have plans.
Okay, 17.
Ooh. I'm glad you're all here, and I'm glad you're all willing to help together. This seems... You know what? I've had very bad experiences with people, with humanoids. I often get the sense they're trying to do something clever or some kind of nefarious trick, but you lot seem to be very... You lot seem to be on the level. I appreciate how on the level you are. Now,
oh yeah, you'll find human.
you're all clustered around the door, and Milk has cast banishment. Yes?
Dear.
Do you at least banish another one? Because you banish 2, don't you, automatically?
That's true. I can do 2.
You can see them in the
Ones
water.
are invisible.
I rolled. No,
Okay.
you can see them in the water. I rolled checks to see if they were visible, and they are. Right. What kind of saving throw is it?
That's a charisma save.
Just imagine the attack round where I rolled
have really
2
good
natural
charisma?
20s.
Yes, that's very good charisma. That is a 19 on the charisma save.
I think it has disadvantage for being wet. Slippery things go.
As you try and banish it, as you try and banish him, he turns to you and goes, "What do you think you're?" And let's roll initiative.
Oh.
You did it.
I did do it. Anton told me to.
Do you think, Anton / Niall, that if we did smash the engine, it would definitely also cause the city to sink? The city's not.
Oh yeah,
City's not
the city
floating.
would just drop.
Due to be finishing in air. Due to be full of air. Right, okay.
Right.
Okay. Fine.
Setting up the board.
That was a spell.
Feel free to shout out your initiatives.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
12.
12.
7 for Cal.
Hang on, so you rolled a 2.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3, which is a 3.
7 for you, Cal.
I rolled a 3, which is a 7.
Anyone else?
9.
15.
Oh boy.
Right.
Oh boy. People.
Yeah.
That's what I say to this.
It's gonna be fine.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh
It's not
boy.
going to be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Well, he goes first.
Peonies everywhere. This is not a good situation.
Looking at the group of you and realizing
Could
that
I have Child Divinity?
no,
Please?
No.
I knew this was coming.
no, Milk banished. No, did it out of nowhere.
sneaky.
Milk is sneaky.
No one saw milk coming.
No one saw Milk coming.
I haven't seen milk to me.
Right. So he is going to turn around and just like shoot out with his hands and just like blow out of his mouth a jet of water.
A giant raspberry.
Yeah, that jet of.
Are we on a walkway like next to the
You're
door?
all on
coming
the
up to
walkways
door?
next to the door, next to
Yeah,
him. He's
okay.
within 5 feet of all of you. Yes, he's very much standing in the midst of all of you,
Yeah,
and is going to hit 2 of you. He's going to definitely hit Milk because fuck you, and he's also going to hit. There's 4 of you, so I'll D4 it. 1, 2, Prosperous.
Oh no, how sad.
Can you both make me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh dear.
Yes.
My favourite, Milk, you get +5.
+5 because of Prosperous's aura.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 9.
Mine's a 7.
Okay. You both Wilhelm scream as you go flying off the walkway. You are pushed 20 feet away from the Marad and not prone. So I will say that both of you go flying off this walkway and both land in the water.
I don't want to be in the water. It's
Sorry.
wet.
You also
Air in the water.
both take...
Are we?
7, 10, 16 points of damage, bludgeoning damage, and are both just like thrown off and out of the space and away.
Are we prone in the water? Is that a thing?
Technically you're prone, but you're also in water, but water slows your movement down to a half anyway, so yeah.
Okay. Oops.
How can you be prone in water?
He is then going to turn to the remaining 3 of you nearby and just...
The dog was unhappy about being prone.
Right, yeah.
He's going to raise his hand and a trident made of water is going to just form in the hand. He's going to hold it defensively in front of himself and go, I knew I couldn't trust any humanoids! That's the end of his turn. Right.
I feel like we've actually ruined his perceptions.
Anton, what would you like to do? It is your turn.
I'm gonna banish him to the elemental plane of water. So Anton's gonna pick up his crystal ball from the air and using that as his arcane spell focus, it glows blue as it would in his style, and as it spins, a doorway appears behind the elemental as it tries to suck him in.
Mm-hmm. I rolled an 11.
Get done, son. Get out of here! Get out of here!
He, in the middle of this, just holding his trident in front of him, just gets pulled into the portal and just vanishes out, gone.
Anton's just gonna
Well done.
rub his ball. Oh no!
Sorry, he's gonna what? What happens to the other one? Injury as a child, fall out of a tree, catch it on a branch. What happens?
He's gonna dust it. He's gonna dust it off as you would your shoulder, but it's his crystal orb. Good save, man.
Nate, it is your turn. The Married is gone. You still see movement in the water. You see at least 3 or 4 different patches of water moving in your general direction towards the people in the water as well. What would you like to do?
Sorry. I mean, these things are just, they are going to attack us, aren't they?
Yeah.
So who's in the water?
Prosperous and Milk.
Okay. I am going to take out my magic kazoo.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast on one person. Yeah, so I'm going to cast on who's Milk's less hardy than Prosperous, right? So
Considerably.
I'm going to cast Protection from Good and Evil on Milk.
Mm-hmm.
God, do I explode?
Which, gives you benefits against Celestials, among other things. Elementals, sorry. And Celestials, but you know.
Won't come up this combat, but yeah, sure.
No.
Cool.
So they all have disadvantages on attack rolls, and you can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Grand. Lovely. Thank you.
All right.
Bonus actions, movement?
I think... What bonus actions can I do?
Yeah. Which of your massive list of bonus actions do you want to pick up on today?
I can do Flame Blade as a bonus action, apparently.
Cool. Do it.
Is it another spell?
You can't do another
no, I can't actually because of that. Yeah. So I'm just that's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Milk, you are in the water. You hear what does a kazoo sound like?
Oh yeah, the
and you feel like some sort of magical effect washing over you. You don't know what it is.
If I that spell will stay on me if I use my favorite spell on myself, won't it? I won't dissipate it.
If you use which spell on yourself?
Polymorph.
Oh yeah, that'll stay on you. Yeah.
Then in that case, I'm going to transform myself into a sperm whale. As I have been waiting for an opportunity to do that.
You're suddenly a gigantic sperm whale.
Gargantuan.
I mean,
no less.
you are so big that you fill a good 2/3 of this torus, of this donut of this goes. You're in part of it, not all of it. It goes around the central
Am I
space.
now lying on Milk?
If you like.
Yes, please.
The water elementals.
I think we both know what P's going to do.
But yes, you are sort of on top of the... you realise that part of the water around you has been massively displaced by this whale just appearing, and a couple of patches of water have been sort of hold their ground a bit more. There's about 4 of them around, just sort of holding their ground a bit, and water can't look confused.
Give it time. That will be my action. So
Bonus action?
no, I don't get any. I'm just going to have to. Do whales move? Okay, yeah, whatever. Whale moves.
Well,
You still have your whale's movement.
And I've got 60 feet of that. I guess. Okay. If I move, am I going to take attack of opportunities from these guys?
Yes.
Then I'll stay where I am.
Lovely. Prosperous, underneath you suddenly there is a massive sperm whale.
I'm quite comforted to be lying on top of the sperm whale.
Good. Melinoe goes on your turn, Red.
You know what? She's okay.
Okay. Cal, what would you like to do?
I will call out if we can all get up here. Can someone throw a wall up, or Should we try and take him out? Has anyone got a wall of any kind?
I've got firewalls. Is that the kind of thing you meant?
Just a wall. I'm just wondering whether we want to fight them, but you're not a sperm whale, so.
I
I'm not
have
a
a
sperm whale.
large sword, which sort of acts as a wall if you spin it enough.
I mean, I can create a wall of water, but I don't think that's going to help.
There are
I think
only
we can take these guys.
Are there only 4 of them?
Yes, there are
those-
4. There are 4 patches of water that look relatively animate, and they haven't done anything yet because it's not their turn yet.
And would we who are on the side have to like jump on the whale to get into melee?
I'm going to say because I would say you'd have to get in the water to get into melee, but now that there's a whale here, you could use the whale as a kind of mobile battle platform. I'm fine with that.
So,
Great.
okay. I am going to leap onto the whale.
Yes.
Go hang out with Prosperous in a we're both here, gonna get you kind of away.
I lie on the floor. Hi, Cal.
You're okay. Can you use a bonus action and hold an action?
Yes.
Okay, I'll bonus action insight one of them, and then I'll hold an action to only go once they've gone, just on the vague off chance.
That is a 3 on a deception roll from the water elemental.
Okay, great. That means I see them and get my
I see you.
sneak attack.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. And are you holding an attack in case one gets into range of you?
Yeah.
Great. It is the water elemental's turn.
I think it was in case one does something aggressive rather than if
It was if they attack. Yeah. Which I presume they're going to do, but I just wanted them to. I just wanted to wait. I just wanted to just in case, you know.
One of them is going to swim away, just move away and get the hell out of here. Technically, it would get an attack. The sperm whale will get an attack opportunity against it as it goes.
Boom! Let's do that.
What am I gonna do?
Squish it.
Wait and see.
Fireball.
That's Captain Ahab.
That's 23 to hit.
Sure. What are you hitting it with?
I'm biting you. With my
Sperm
mouth.
whale. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it gets better. If you make a DC 14 dex save and then fail it, please.
Sure. I mean, I'll roll it.
Otherwise, it won't get better if you don't fail it. So if you want to see what happens.
That's a 10.
Great. I have now swallowed you whole. You'll be pleased to know that you have cover against attacks, but you will take 3 acid damage every turn, and you need to do 3, and you need to do 30 in a single hit or a single turn to the whale from inside to get out.
How the turns have tabled. The water element swallowed somebody. Now the water element's getting swallowed.
So you drank a water elemental. Just
Yeah, and I think I can do it again. But
how many can you hold in your tummy?
Oh, I'm reading. How many?
What happens if we turn back into you? Are they still there?
Oh my god! Don't. What? What? Well, I'll explode. That's terrifying. I just need to roll damage.
Digest first. Digest. You know.
Yeah, that's true. If you have time.
You are like 90% liquid though, so sure you'd be fine.
Aren't we all like 90% liquid?
Tell that to our old chef.
No, but I thought milk was like actually like this.
Oh yeah, he's
Milk is
mostly
ooze.
ooze, right?
Actually viscous.
My biology facts out there.
22 damage.
Well, the acid
That's it.
damage. Oh, not the bite.
No, that's the piercing from the bite, and then a swallowed creature has taken it, and it takes at the start of its turn it takes the 3 damage.
Okay, it only takes 11 damage because your bite isn't magical.
Oh, that's true. It's not.
It's elemental. So you drink an elemental, just and like elementals don't have features; they don't really have eyes, but you do get a sort of faint like, and it's just suddenly just gets swallowed by a whale.
Oh, I can swallow as many as I like, or it doesn't say.
Then you can swallow as many as you like. If it doesn't say, you can swallow as many as you like. Cool.
Till you're full.
So
Great.
the one that was
fun.
going to run away is not and has been swallowed.
One of the other ones.
The other 3 are going to
resurrection.
round on Cal and Prosperous, who are on the. They're just going to move towards you. Although, will one of them attack the whale? I mean, it's such a futile effort. Yeah, I think one will attack the whale. Yeah.
It has disadvantage on that.
Because the whale is protected. The first attack is a... God. A 14.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. 9 plus 4. 13 points of damage. And the second is a nat 1. So it tries to, like, one of the elements is sort of like realizing that the whale is a problem, just sort of like starts jumping up and down on the whale, just trying to do damage, and the first one clearly does, but the second does nothing.
So I have to roll my concentration check for that, don't I? What's my DC?
It was
if you did 13 damage?
So halved, so 10.
But you get +5 because you're in my aura.
Okay. And a natural 20. Okay,
Yeah,
so...
yeah.
Hooray!
Also, you use the whale's constitution.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Okay,
You're
that's
fine.
Right.
Cool. The other two are going to round on Cal and Prosperous.
I'm proud to get advantage. Sorry.
It's all right. I'm pretty sure they're not going to... Yeah. Both of them are not so much going to attack you as just literally just move into you. Just move into your space. Can you both make me a strength saving throw?
Yeah. Cal, you also get +5 because you're near me. Mine's an 18.
Yeah, you're fine.
That one.
Ha. So Prosperous, it tries to sort of fill your space up. You sort of roll out of it, and you're not affected by this. But Cal, you are grappled by it, and you are restrained inside it. It just grabs hold of you. Just, you can. It would trigger your attack for it to have done this. I'm going to say you can get your attack off before you are grappled and restrained by it because it moves into your space. And it's not an attack, but it's an attack action. So I will allow this.
It's being aggressive. Thank you. Okay, right. So Cal has this new cutlass out. Like, all right, let's give this a go. And it's going to.
It isn't affected by it because it's just moving into your space. There is no attack roll. Interesting.
Then I'm protected.
You are protected from evil and good. You are protected from it, but this isn't an attack.
Okay, so if it tried to attack me, it would be a problem, but it's not because it's a grapple. Okay, gotcha. Well, I'm going to try and cut water.
It's a magic weapon, so it cuts properly.
It's a 10 to hit, though.
It does not. I think you're overwhelmed by it because it overwhelms you, and now you're in its sort of like now you're in a ball of water. Just you can breathe water. Right? Yeah, you're fine. Okay. You can breathe water. You're fine.
Oh yeah, thank God.
But it is sort of crushing in on you slightly, and it will do damage to you at the start of your turn. Prosperous, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and smite water.
Yeah, go for it.
Smite water.
There is one that is sort of attacking you, and one that's got Cal inside it.
I'm going to stand up first.
That's fine. You can do that.
I'm going to throw my sword at the one that's attacking Cal.
Cool, go for it. It's within 20 feet.
That is a 28.
Yeah, you hit it. The sword's going to scythe through it and not hit Cal, I think is fair to say.
Yes, I'm an expert swordsperson.
Yeah, but you're throwing it. Like and this sword is huge, so it's like a sort of... And the sword, again, has that kind of yay kind of attitude as it like goes flying off, clearly enjoying itself immensely.
I will smite a second level on that one.
Totally fine. It is a thrown weapon, so you can smite on it. So no problem at all on that.
Which is... counts as a melee attack.
Don't forget to add the d8 force damage as well.
I've got them. I've got all the d8s. Don't you worry. Many d8s. Okay. Oh, come on.
All the d8s.
All the d8s.
That little, all the small things.
30 points of damage.
Yeah, 30 points of damage. Yes.
Nice.
How hurt does it look?
Not hugely. 30 points of damage. Like a little.
A little.
Mm-hmm.
Prosperous not happy.
I will bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what I want.
It's an interesting bonus action you're doing there.
I will bonus action cast Wrathful Smite,
Yes.
and then I will throw it again. Same one.
Sure, no problem.
That's a 17 to hit.
Hits, yep.
I will smite again at 2nd level.
No problem.
Right, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's not great at those. Yep, it's a 6.
It's now frightened of me, which means that Cal gets advantage on attack rolls, so it's no longer disadvantage, so it's flat rolls.
Ah.
8, 10, 20, 26, 34, 39 points of damage on that one.
It's now like raggedy in places where you've torn water and bits of it are splashed around it off the back of this whale, gigantic whale that you're all on now. Yeah, that's a normal sentence. Good. Right.
So yes, it can't move closer towards me, and
There's still one attacking you. Step away.
yeah, I know. And it has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it can see me.
Cool. No problem. Back to the top. Anton, what would you like to do?
So the water elemental that's got Cal submerged inside of it. That's how far away is that?
It's taken significant damage. The one that's got Cal inside it. It's all of this is within about like 40 to 50 feet of you. It's not far away.
Perfect. I'll toll the dead on it using the orb. Gonna flick the orb and then I'll make the toll the dead.
Lovely. All right then.
A good use of word.
Wisdom save.
Yes, please.
Does
11?
the pinging the crystal
not
ball
gonna
make
do it.
the sound of the bells?
Yeah. So when it's pinged from around you, you probably hear a dull.
That's good. That's really nice.
Yeah, it fails. Roll the damage.
Okie dokie. So that is that 3? No. 2d12s. 2d12s. Cool. Alright. 6 and a 2. That's 8 points of necrotic damage, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah, it takes 8 points of damage. Doesn't look like it hurt it that much at all.
I'm doing my little bit, you know what I mean? Every bell counts.
Okay. Bonus action movement.
I think Anton is just gonna take out his sword and shield.
Cool.
And get ready for any that might come towards him.
Nate.
And probably stand in front of Nate.
Cool. Nate.
I think where are the two that I can see? 3 that I can see?
One of them tried to run away and got swallowed. One of them has run away now, and the other 2 are currently Cal is in one, and one was attacking Prosperous. Prosperous ignored it entirely to focus on the one that's got Cal inside it.
So the one that's not got Cal inside it looks healthier.
It's literally not been touched by anyone yet.
Okay, cool. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at 5th level and
Wow.
throw a ball of cold at this elemental.
Yeah.
So, attack. That's a 21 to hit.
Well, yeah, you hit it, yes.
Yep. So, that's 78 for that level. 8. 11. 18. 23. 24. 25.
Oh.
And is 31.
31 points of damage, and part of it partially freezes. Water elementals are particularly susceptible to cold damage, and it's clearly like moving very sluggishly and slowly because it's partially completely frozen.
Nice.
Yep, solid hit on that elemental. Bonus action, movement?
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to just stay up on this platform for the
Wise.
moment.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Sperm milk, no. Sperm whale milk.
What? So it says, to be specific, that if I bite another creature, it must succeed on a DC 14 Dex. But so I can't choose not to swallow. Like right once. I don't want to. I'm worried about. Okay, then I'm not going.
But let's make this happen.
Do I want more people inside me?
I can't answer that question for you.
Oh.
I feel full. I feel really full of water elementals. You know, you order 3 and then you eat 1 and you're like, actually, that's more than I thought it was going to be.
So take them home in a doggy bag.
If you'll tell me how to do that. Yeah. So I'm going to use my tail, first of all, to smack the one that's... will I hit Captain Champion?
No, you will not hit Captain Champion if you smack it, because that's not something that happens.
16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
10, 12, 20 bludgeoning damage to that one.
Okay, the one that Captain Cal Arnold is inside, you just reach around and thwack, and it just bursts like a balloon. Cal, you are thrown by the impact of the tail. No damage, but you're thrown and land, I think, by the door. Let's just make it a full comedy moment. Land by the door and by everyone else by the door, by Anton and by Nate, who are just standing there and just, yeah, you're fine.
All right there, Captain.
I think they got it, so just come back here and let them deal with that.
You did a great job.
Nope.
I guess I'll bite the other one then.
Cool.
Let's see what happens. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
It takes 1, 2, 3.
It doesn't matter.
15 damage.
Yeah, and I rolled a 2 on the strength saving throw, so
Dex.
Oh, Dex.
If that helps.
I rolled a 4. Yeah. This one's partially frozen, so it's like a slushy.
Cool. And then I'm just gonna cry out to Nate and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, Nate.
I mean, neither do I. I've never seen anybody eat water elementals before. How's your stomach feeling?
Can we just say, for the sake of, we're out of initiative. All right.
Are we?
Yeah.
Does anyone know? I'm sure. I don't know if Mel can hear me, but does anyone know, like, if he's gonna
die?
What happens when he turns back into himself? Like, do they just come out of him? Are they still there? Are they dead? Like, Milk?
Nate, what will happen to me? Do I have to stay a sperm whale forever?
Throw up or something.
I guess you'll digest them eventually, but I don't know how long that'll take.
I'm making an Arcana check.
Sure.
Do you want me to, come into your stomach and kill them?
Maybe.
That's a 22.
You don't know that the magic of polymorph, as far as you are aware, you are the creature for as long as the spell lasts, and then when the spell ends, you stop being that creature. So presumably, if there are things inside you when you are large, once you get small again, but then again, you know that some wizards have polymorphed into animals and then eaten food, and then when they've reverted back, they've not vomited out all that food because there wasn't any space in their stomach for it, you know?
So the magic if they'd been hitting me while inside, if they make a DC con save, if the whale fails one, they get regurgitated. And if the whale dies, a swallowed creature can escape the corpse using 20 feet of its movement.
Oh, they're not trying to hit you.
Okay. Just FYI.
Yeah.
So maybe he'd sick them up again. Or maybe he'll explode.
Milk whale, can you try and try stick your flippers down your throat.
Have you ever seen a sperm whale look sarcastic?
Yeah, Captain, I know you don't know what whale sarcasm looks like, but it's that.
I'll take note for next time.
But they're not attacking you because you don't know why not, but they're not attacking you at all.
They were trying to run away. I think it's a fair bet that they'd try to run away again if we can only get them out.
I feel like they're being digested right now. Maybe we just give it an hour to pass through
We
the
could
whale
just wait.
system.
That seems brutal.
How long does polymorph last
They were-
for?
An hour.
I don't want to.
How
I
do
know
you
we
feel
got a
about
job
that,
to
Mel?
do here, but they were trying to run away, and that ain't a nice way to go.
Well, no.
Do you want me
that's
to
fair.
just like get in there and try and, you know?
I don't think we should add more people to the mix.
Then what's... Like, can you just vomit them up?
I mean, not in the rules, but I guess.
Do you want to try and vomit them up?
I want to wait the hour while short resting and see if I can poop them out. Like maybe I'll have digested them by then, and
Well, you wouldn't poop them out. They're made of
Technically,
water.
you'd pee them.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Go through faster.
Yeah, they would have.
Anyway.
Have you broken the seal?
No, it's not a seal. It's a whale. It's a whale.
Whale, honey. But I will open my mouth listening to Prosper. I can still understand people, right? So
No, you can't. You're a whale. You have the
Only
intelligence
Nate.
of a whale.
So the only person I can speak to is Nate.
And you have the
Oh.
intelligence score of a whale. You are whale version of milk.
Oh, that's 3. That's not high.
Okay.
26 strength though. Let's put up some shelves or something.
Anyway, combat is over. You don't know what's happening to the elementals inside whale milk. You have no idea.
Milk, do you want to stay a whale and try and digest these things, or do you want to try and vomit them up?
I have an intelligence of 3. I'm not sure. What? How? If you've got like furniture at one end and a human at the other, where is a 3 on that scale? Am I like?
You
Am I like a
understand-
clever baby?
You
Or-
understand basic concepts, and you understand you have a basic understanding of the world around you, but you don't have much understanding of learning. Intelligence is book learning and knowledge. Like, you're still wise. You still have an understanding of the world.
So can I answer?
Yeah, with intelligence of 3, the words are going to be pretty difficult.
No, sure. I'll just open my massive gaping whale jaws and just leave them kind of resting open in case anyone should fancy Jonahing around inside. Who wants to get to know
It's like an
milk?
invitation to me.
Is that an? Does he want someone to go inside?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm good. All right.
After you, I mean.
But you're
It's like the
volunteering.
P stands for Pinocchio.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna climb inside whale milk.
Oh boy.
That's the sound Anton makes as this happens.
You can climb inside the mouth, and you can, like, head towards the gullet.
Well, I can throw my sword.
Careful.
So how far do I have to go before I can throw my sword and hit something that looks vomity?
How long is a gargantuan whale?
You can't see, like, you're inside the mouth, and you can look down the throat, but it's just esophagus. You can't see any water elementals. They're made of water.
Where are they hiding?
It's not like you open your mouth and it's like, oh, let me just look inside there. I can now see the whole way through you. No.
We're gonna go in.
They're like having a cup of tea, just, waiting for visitors.
I can't see any water elementals.
Oh.
Especially if you're making noise. I mean, Prosperous, you're nearly deafened by that. Mel, can you make me a con saving throw to not gag reflex swallow Prosperous?
Sure. I roll an 11.
Yeah, you're fine. There's like
I mean, I guess if you swallow me, I'll be inside. Then I'll know what's happening.
You
I
want to
don't
go
think
in?
this is a good idea.
How are you planning to get out? The water elementals can't get out.
Aye.
And milk can't just sick them up, so how are you planning to get out if you go in there?
I guess I could just cut my way out.
But then you'll.
Yeah, I don't think he likes that idea.
Maybe we just step out and give it an hour. Just
Well,
just give it an hour.
I can't see them. They're not easily visible.
Okay,
so
let's-
I think pending actually just trying to like tickle your throat.
Hey Chris,
No.
what did you DM today? Oh, just someone drank some water elementals and then got worried about what would happen. And now we're playing whale surgeon. It's very weird.
Milk, does your stomach feel? Do you feel sick? Are they doing anything in there?
Nope.
Can I feel anything?
No, you can't.
Oh.
Right. Well,
What you do actually, this is actually an interesting point. Water elementals can fit through very, very, very small spaces.
Oh no.
Oh.
They're not in your stomach anymore.
Oh. Oh.
Where are they?
Somewhere in the
That's
body.
gross.
Just moving around.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay.
Can I just? Oh no, you go, Milk.
No, please go. I don't want to say what I was going to say.
I don't like this situation. Can I just reach out and touch Milk and cast a spell magic?
You're in his mouth. Are you sure you want to do that?
I was gonna get out first.
Yeah. Of course you
Oh,
can.
thank God.
Roll me.
I guess we're gonna find out.
You have to roll because it's a 4th level spell.
Oh shit. What do I need to roll?
Check the spell. I'm not 100% sure.
It's precisely the
D20.
situation we were trying to avoid.
Plus your
Oh, thank
Push
God, it's your
your,
spellcasting modifier.
yeah.
I've rolled an 8.
Nothing happens.
Okay, well then in that case, I will just drop concentration on polymorph.
You
Otherwise,
reappear in the space.
Oh, it worked!
Are you alright?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel
Okay.
like I don't know. Is anything my stomach bulging? Is my stomach bulging?
Can I
No.
palpate Milk's stomach?
Yeah, it's fine.
need the toilet.
Maybe we should all swim away a little bit. No, actually, do I feel okay?
You feel fine.
I'm gonna look around for a escaping water elemental in the water.
Nope.
I seem to be okay.
I don't know where it
Probably
went.
just digested it.
Not that quickly.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've never been eaten by a whale.
Have you ever swallowed a water elemental? I mean, actually, it's kind of pleasant. I feel sort of invigorated by the whole experience. Yeah, stop making so much drama. Come on, we've got like doors to open and things.
All right.
Milk,
Yes.
do you speak Aquan?
No, I could do deep speech.
Okay. In your head, you hear.
I can't speak that
You can
language.
cast tongues though, can't you?
I can cast tongues. I will cast tongues on myself and respond in kind with the words, "Are you my conscience?"
What's going on?
Oh,
Yeah,
Are you
what's
the-
going on?
Little bit of a miscalculation, I'm afraid. I appear to have somehow. I meant to just kill you, obviously, and I've somehow ingested you. I know it's all gone rather Pete Tong, we used to say.
Well, that's not very good, is it? No, it isn't. No.
Yes. Where are you exactly?
Some part of we don't know. In you. In you somewhere. And that you can hear this in your head.
Great. I have absolutely no idea what to do about that.
Do you have to be able to see things to banish them?
I think you do. Yeah, that you can see.
Milk, you look distressed.
I can hear.
Who are you
the
talking to?
watermelon.
Yeah, what?
They're inside my head. which happens far more often than you'd think.
Maybe you should stop. Take your own advice and don't eat things.
That's true. I was overexcited. Being a whale, they're such exciting animals.
What happens now?
I'm hoping that I will, at some point, expel you from whence you are trapped. Or maybe sweat you out. Or it's just more people along for the ride in my ever-growing ensemble of collected monstrosities.
Well, we could try and make our way out, but
Okay, gently. But maybe give it a clean on the way out. It's seen some things.
Ew.
Milk's cheeks doesn't swell, but a sort of bead of sweat forms on Milk's cheek, and then sort of like expands quite rapidly, and sort of, and a water just pours out of Milk's cheek and lands on the space, and it turns back to you and just says, "You can aim for the edge. You can do it. Ooh, hang on." You hear inside your head.
Sounds threatening to me.
I love how all the water into these weird, top,
You feel like your ears filling up with water.
Oh.
As you lean over, water just pours out of your ears, forms another elemental next to you.
I must feel strangely violated.
We're sorry.
Very cool.
No, not your fault. Not your fault at all. It was a pleasure.
We had a thing, but
I think it's best we don't speak of this ever again.
We're going to go now. Okay.
Yes, I think that's probably best.
Pleasure to.
Yes. No, not another word. Yeah. Just.
They just slowly, sheepishly edge away and just get back into the water and go.
I'm never drinking anything ever again. Just so we're clear. That was the line. I didn't know there was a line, but there it was, right there. That's my line.
I'll be having my rum back then.
Now it's hardly the time, Captain.
I feel like he's going to need a drink.
I think just don't drink things that are alive. That's all.
Right, yes, that's a good point. It's hard to tell when you're a whale. Things are
that's fair.
louder.
I'll tell you what, it's never dull.
Good, that's a point in our favour. I suppose I really need to get out of the water.
Anton's going to give him a hand to help him out of the water.
You're all standing by this door. Yeah, let's get back to the plot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you just want us to kill them?
I mean, why would you banish the married? You had him on side. Doesn't matter.
That was Anton. That was Anton.
Yeah, this door's in front of you. It's a big door, about 10 foot wide, and about 20 foot tall. It is very large, and there is a very noticeable, obvious, keyhole in the middle at the front. And this door is locked very clearly, like a big barred door. You do get the sort of strange humming noise from the other side of it.
Do you think if you say the password 1234 it'll open?
Gotta be worth a try.
This is the door from the Crystal Orb vision.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Did anybody bring a key?
Nate looked through the keyhole. Can I see anything?
You can't see through the keyhole. There is sort of locks and gears and things interlocking behind it.
In that case, from there start investigating the door, see if it can work out.
Sure. Do you want to try and unlock the door? Do you have any thieves' tools or anything like that?
I do have thieves' tools.
Are you proficient in them? Oh, you are. You're an artificer. Yeah, of course you are. Go for it. Yeah. Roll me a sleight of hand check, or roll me dexterity plus your proficiency if you're not proficient in sleight of hand to
Would there be a way to help him by sort of investigating the door for arcane lock?
That is separate. If you want him to help with investigate the door purely mechanically, then you can. If you want to do arcane, that's a separate thing.
Okay, well, yeah, mechanically then.
Okay,
see if I can help him unlock it.
Then you have advantage on the check.
So, 22.
You footle around inside the gears and levers trying to find a way to open this door, but you can't work out the mechanics inside.
Yeah, we're not picking this lock.
What about strength, P?
Well, the man said
he couldn't do it.
he's tried to. I mean, I suppose I could try and whack it, but does it look whackable?
It's made of pretty solid material, and looking at it, there's some bruising and scuff marks where the Married clearly whacked it and didn't have much effect.
I mean, he destroyed everything else down here, so I don't know how. I think if he wanted to get through the story, he would have done it.
I think there's definitely a key for this door. This is what the orb showed me. Behind this, yeah, there's definitely it's a magic door, and it's definitely got a key. Can I make an Arcana check on it,
Sure,
just to see
do.
if I can figure out what the key would be?
Roll me an Arcana check.
That is a 20, not that. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There's clearly arcane sigils and runes around the outside of it, and there's also one that seems to surround the lock as you look at it. With an Arcana check of that high, there's clearly some kind of magical locking to this that you're not quite sure what it is or what it does. You get a strong sense of evocation magic and abjuration magic.
So that's evocation is sort of damage, and abjuration is
Shielding.
shielding. Okay.
Can you do one of your locating spells on this key?
I don't think today is the day for that. Might have to wait a solid day for me to sort me.
Could you ask your little crystal ball thing about the key thing, maybe?
That would require another day.
That's also daily.
The one thing I could try, which is a little bit dangerous, trying to dispel all magic on this door and then have P smash it down.
The only problem with smashing the door is that if we didn't like what's behind the door, we can never close it again.
This is very true. What?
Go for it.
The nipple is definitely there.
It is.
Anton's hand is slowly going for the door.
Is there an alternative suggestion, P? Anything? Or Captain? Seems like...
The only thing I can
it's worth
do
a
is
try.
also dispel things, but I can't open it any other way unless we know who has the key, which we don't, or where to find the key, which we don't.
I'm going to stand well back.
How far back is well back?
I'm going to walk up onto the ceiling.
Cool. That's fine.
Unless there's another way in there without, like, can anyone see any, like, holes in the wall or anything?
If you want to take a bit of time, I would say you could swim around this entire torus, this donut, and there are 4 doors. All of them look exactly the same. And all of them look like they have exactly the same sort of effect on them, but there's no broken in holes or anything around the central point. Nothing like that.
So, yeah, there's nothing a spider could fit through, for example.
No.
Okay.
And the sound's coming from each one.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, what was the sound again?
A low hum.
So is this on the inside of the donut?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Might as well start off by dispelling it, see if that makes a difference.
Nobody's got anything that would let them see, like, behind it without us cutting it, do they?
Could cast... Yeah, I can put Melinoe away and then bring her back the other side of a door. Open that for.
That is perfect.
I also have to dispel it for that to work as well. It may be all magically shielded and protected. It's the heart of their magic city, right? They'd have put
This
some...
is definitely shielded.
Possibly.
What?
So you can just cancel her from being and then cause her to re-emerge. I don't know if that would cross the barrier or not.
But, like, what's the worst that
Worth
can
a try.
happen?
Worth a
Like,
try.
she just won't.
Yeah,
She can only die.
Well, we don't want. No, I mean it's not necessarily.
It's always a tragedy, Captain. It is, but eventually you get into a groove with the grieving. I will pop Melanie out of existence, and then again, just the other side of the door.
You can't. It's magically warded.
Okay, so she won't come
No,
back.
she doesn't like come back and die. She just can't come back there.
Maybe the dispel magic. If the dispel magic works, it might get rid of some of the shielding, and then we can try that again.
Okay, sure thing.
If you're up to it, Anton.
Anton nods at P. You ready?
Well, I thought we were going to try and put
Yeah.
Melanoe in there if we can get rid of the shielding.
One step at a time. Dispel
All right.
first.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Anton
slashing for
puts
last.
his hand. It's not his head. Anton put his hand, one hand on the door, one hand on the orb, and channel his arcane magic. I'm gonna use my port and roll for a solid 24.
24.
Yeah, what's my ability?
What are you dispelling? Are you dispelling the abjuration effect or the evocation effect?
The shielding effect, definitely.
Okay. You dispel the shielding effect, and as you do, there is a faint pop. Anton, your orb falls to the floor. None of your magic items do anything at all at this point. You are all standing in an anti-magic field. Yeah.
Did anyone else feel that?
Does that get me?
Does that get you? Yeah, you're all in.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
we're
walked
all
up the
there.
wall. You're not in it, but yeah, there's an anti-magic field around the door now. And if no one does anything, does anyone do anything?
No, I wouldn't know that anything's happened.
Within 10 seconds, the abjuration effect winks back in again.
Well, it's quite well shielded then.
Yeah, it is quite well shielded.
Right.
Dismissing and summoning Melanoe is kind of magic, isn't it?
It is.
Nothing.
Would she be just erased from being in that field?
No, she's a familiar. If she was in that field with you, she'd still be alive and fine, but if you took her into a pocket dimension, that would be magical, and then she wouldn't be able to leave and reappear. No.
Okay.
Do you think we might need to go find the person who has the key to this door?
But P, that sounds exhausting. I say from the seat, that sounds exhausting.
That sounds like. I mean, if I'm following things correctly,
The person who left the city.
Oh. Right.
in Icewind Dale.
It's not that far away, and it's horrible and dark and cold. But hey, there are dinosaurs. So
I don't even know if they have it.
they might know who does.
They're more likely to know than anyone else, aren't they?
They also might know who Anton's parents are, or if Anton is actually a secret clone. So
Anton's not a secret clone. Anton's fine, and not a secret clone.
we don't know that. We can't be sure until we see them standing in the same room. We can't be sure. Even if we see them standing in the same room, they could be secret clones. We don't know.
I just want to say that I know who my parents was. I just never met them.
Who were they?
Sinead and Dave.
Janine and Dave.
Those sound like names you just made up right now, Anton.
Are you going to keep trying to unlock this door? Are you going to try different things, or are you going to go and try and find the key?
I think we should make sure that the key ain't down here lost somewhere. If we can wait a day and do some of your locates, because if it is here, I don't want to be heading off on weeks' worth of journeys. Chris, what is the estimated sinking time of this city? How long do we have?
They estimated it would take a couple of months.
Couple of months. Okay, that's.
We have a bit more time now that they're making less holes.
Fewer holes.
We could also. Another thing we could maybe do is search out around here, clear out anything we find, make it safe enough for them to come here and maybe do some patching up. Might stop it sinking so fast while we depart. I don't feel fully comfortable just buggering off out of here and having them depend on us coming back.
Yeah.
Well, I think if we can take them with us, then maybe we should get them out of here.
They didn't want to, though, did they? They wanted to stay.
I didn't want to leave permanently. The thing about taking them with us is that we were then risking their lives going through the storm twice. And we got a ship full of people will slow us down. We'll need more provisions. But if we leave them and we don't make it back, then they're kind of stuck.
I think you're right about trying to help them fix it in the meantime, but I think if they want to stay, they want to stay. I don't think it's our choice to make as to whether they stay or go. It's really their decision.
We will ask Arwen.
I've just realised that maybe I could try and see if this Lohorian person has the key on them.
Well, do that.
Can your spells
Obviously.
work over that much of a distance?
Yeah, and this crystal orb might have been theirs. We know their name, have a possession. This might help in regards to being able to see what they're doing and the location around them.
Okay, that you were able to see them in the prison.
But this, I mean, like, see them, like.
I know. I've also heard of prisons being shielded and that if they're, for dangerous magic users. Your locate spell, like, oh no, if we wait till tomorrow, could you ask your ball about the key? Get a vision of the key, see if it is there?
Not only could we find out a bit more about these doors, we could also locate the key if it's within 1,000 feet of this area.
Yeah. I think we should wait overnight, try both of those things. Want to be as sure as possible before leaving these people behind. And we should.
Shall I try and see if Lahorian has the key on them?
We can do that now?
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. Sure. What you got?
I'm going to take out the orb and try and scry on Lahorian and Icewind Dale. They've got to make a wisdom saving throw.
Right. Nice. Here's the prison shield.
We will find out. And if the orb... So they have a +5 if we just know their name, but they have a -4 if this is their orb.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is their possession, then they have a -4 to their save.
Mm-hmm.
Smiling mysteriously, what's happening? Oh my gosh.
Describe how you scry. You can use a crystal ball as a focus for this, you don't need the mirror.
Yeah, Anton takes out the crystal ball and it starts to glow blue as it tries to pinpoint its location. And then his eyes go a clear white as the orb does too. And he can see everything around the person he's scrying on.
Oh gosh.
But his eyes are completely white and he can't see any of you.
Mm-hmm. You look into your crystal ball and then eyes cloud over. The ball is the focus. And you see a hooded, cloaked figure sat, as you saw in your vision, but less sort of metaphysical and more like actual, just sat in a jail cell. The jail cell is a slightly strange shape. It's almost like a sort of pie wedge, but quite small. And the bit that look 3 walls, and the bit that looks out, one entire wall is barred, and you can't see beyond those bars. But inside that cell, a figure is just sat, just sat there. You do note their hands. The skin over their hands is very, very taut to a point of almost looking like skeletal. And the skin color is a sort of like very thin grey, and in places it has worn away and it's just bone underneath.
Bit lichy.
I mean, you could roll me an Arcana check if you like.
Yeah, I'd like to roll. I've got 10 minutes to observe them, and hopefully somebody comes around in those 10 minutes and talks to them or something. We could, I don't know, I can see and hear them for 10 minutes, so I'd like to make perception checks on their person to see if I can make out
Just
stuff.
roll me an Arcana check.
Cool. That is a 23.
They are undead, but looking at the hands, they don't look so much like a lich. This is not a dead body animate. It looks like this body's been, like, parts of the arms look wrapped and treated. You don't know, but with a 23 you could make an educated guess that this might be someone who's mummified.
Yeah.
And as you're sort of looking at this figure and trying to get a better sense of what's going on, they look up directly at you. And as they look directly at you, you can see the hood falls back slightly, and from the neck down, wrappings all round. But the face, the eyes have completely worn away. Just empty sockets where the eyes would be. The skin is sallow and grey, with some tears and rips where time has not been their friend, clearly. But as this face looks out at you, you also... Quite a difficult, quite stunning realization for you. It's your face.
Anton's body throws up. Like a baby puking. Just blah.
So,
Is it going to say? Is it just looking at me?
It's just looking at you. Well, they're just looking at you.
I'm just going to keep watching for the 10 minutes, see if they got anything to say. And we just staring at each other for 10 minutes.
You stare at each other for a little bit, yeah.
That's fine. That's really uncomfortable. I feel like Anton's getting, like, more comfortable with this. Yeah, I kind of want to, like, how old is the body? And like, it's my face, but how old is it?
You can't tell. Like, it looks like it was mummified when they were about your age.
Oh, okay.
I gotta tell. Oh, God.
So, the mummified, had the eyes taken out. How's the hair looking?
Under the hood, there's not much hair left on the head.
Okay. Does there look like there any, like, life in the face, or is it all just undead?
There's a spark of life. The head does move occasionally sometimes.
Okay. I feel like, yeah, Anton goes from, like, being repulsed to studying it.
Are you not going to say anything?
I didn't think we'd be able to communicate, in all fairness.
Yeah. You learn new tricks as you get older.
I think. Okay.
Also,
well,
I remember being you, so...
You remember being me?
Yeah.
So you, me in the future?
No, we're in the same time right now.
So do you remember yourself being younger? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So am I your clone? Got a friend called P who thinks that might be the case.
I like to have these conversations in person.
Right, so you want me to come to the Icewind Dale?
I mean, if I remember correctly, you're currently looking... Pulls a key out for this.
I feel like you know me pretty well, being me.
I mean, you're joking.
Well, my curiosity is going to get the best of me.
Aye.
Sure.
I mean, this is the point where things diverge, because this is the point where we interact, and that's when things change. It's when things always change.
How am I meant to get you out?
I don't know. I can tell you a bit about it. Revel's End, how it works. Guard shifts.
Go on.
Some of that.
Well, I guess we're going to have these conversations a bit more often then.
Well, I'm always here. I don't go anywhere, do I? Just come, get me out, and I'll happily tell you everything you need to know.
Well, it's going to take a few days. I feel like we're going to be talking for a while.
Then maybe we can talk a little bit more. By the way, you want to clean yourself up a little bit. The goes, and you realise you've sicked down your own front.
Alice, like, gripping your arm very, very tightly, just holding.
Was he speaking out loud? No.
No.
Okay.
Anton's going to wipe his mouth and be like, sorry.
How'd it go?
Did he recognise you?
I mean, it's fair to say that we both recognise each other.
I think
You
that
like
might
a
be where we
small-
need to stop for today.
What?
Hoping for a punchline, but okay. No, so we'll have to pick up next time. Woo! Look at all
That's
these
a spicy
confused
meatball.
faces. Yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on indeed. Well, we'll pick up there next time and you'll find out more about what's going on. Or maybe you won't. We shall see. Anyway, thank you all for joining us for this very revealing episode of Sea of Swords Forsaken. Thank you all for spending your evening, afternoon, or morning with us. Massively appreciated. So, what are we doing here? Well, we're playing D&D, and we've been doing it for 7 weeks now, and there will be another 5 weeks of this campaign to go. So if you want to find out more about this story or what's happening, Sea of Swords Forsaken is on every Monday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. GMT. That's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. PT, so join us for more of that in the forthcoming weeks. And if you want to catch up on the story to date, if you've missed stuff, it's all on our YouTube. That's Roll Together on YouTube. Otherwise, we have other shows that we do. We're currently running a show in our Tuesday slot. That's 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. GMT, which is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. PT. That is DM'd by Emma. Emma, do you want to talk about the show?
We're in Theros. There are gods, more gods, mythic monsters, people dying. It's great fun. Come join us.
Great fun. Come and join us. That's on tomorrow, and that will be going on until the end of November. Then we have a new campaign starting in December, another 4-parter, Vile Shadows and a Honeyed Smile, DM'd by Justin Wells, so join us for that as well. Otherwise, if you want to find us, we're Roll Together RPG everywhere on the internets. So find us on Twitter, we're obviously on Twitch, on YouTube, on Instagram. Join us and find out more about everything that we do. Big thank you to our massive sponsors, Hero Forge, again, lovely people. You saw the minis throughout the game as our initiative trackers, heroforge.com, check them out. And ultrapro.com, you have another probably 30 seconds to join us in chat to win one of these lovely character sheet wallets with a wizard burning another wizard to pieces on the front cover. So do quickly throw something in there, UK address holders only, please.
Now we know that both the wizards are Anton and they're actually just burning each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
Every wizard is Anton now. That is what it is.
Prescient. It's the vision of the future.
Actually, Nate
A little
is
bit of
also...
Nate is
Nate is
actually
also Anton. A massive thanks to our supporters, D&D Beyond, other champions of Forgotten Realms, Level Up Dice, and Zavi.com as well. I think that's all from us. Anyone want to say anything before we go?
No, we're broken.
I have a headache.
We'll pick up there next time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye.
Well done.
Bye.
Oh my God.